Welcome to the first episode of a Victoria 3 podcast with Smithy, Chumm, and Technocrat. Today, we're going to be breaking rules, giving you our opinions on Paradox and Victoria 3, and potentially giving our ideas on future features that we'd like to see in the game. If you even like 4 seconds of this video, then please subscribe, because we have currently 100% of people unsubscribed, so get going.
But shouldn't we do like some sort of like general, like, you know, the beginning of the video, like this is...
We probably should, shouldn't we?
Somehow,
when you forget we're YouTubers, like, boys, come on.
So, apparently we're doing a podcast. That's the intro. Yeah, so.
You can do that, Technocrat. This was your idea.
Yeah, this is your idea.
It's my idea, but you guys forget that I actually don't speak English. So.
Yeah, you do.
You speak very well. Yeah.
Look, the only person that actually speaks English here is you.
Yeah, honestly. Look, I'm American, okay?
And famously, the British can't speak English, obviously.
Yeah, no, I don't know how to speak English.
Yeah.
Welcome to a new spanking type of content. We're doing a collab podcast with Smithy.
Hello.
And Chumm. Hello.
Yay!
Oh, there we go.
Chumm's just not gonna say anything.
All right, sorry. I was drinking something.
Yeah, you just got the quiet treatment, obviously. And me, Technocrat, of course.
Yes.
You get all of you know me because I'm so famous and successful.
Yeah.
Compared to you guys who are.
You actually are. You get better views than I do sometimes. So it's like.
No.
I think you do.
Sometimes.
No.
Sometimes.
Go.
Yeah, your video's kind of big.
Yeah.
I have one video which is really clickbaity, and that's the only one who made it.
That's how you do it, dude.
It's fine.
Have you seen my thumbnails, bro?
All right, so
Come on.
Smithy, do you want to describe your content, or do you want Chumm to describe your content?
I think Chumm should describe my content.
All right, Chumm, who is Smithy?
Oh, sorry, I haven't seen his channel before. Sorry. No, I'm
Get it up on the side. Get it up on the side.
Smithy, listen. Smithy is a very British boy. Here's the thing. His videos are super like low effort and really relaxed. But he's been getting really good lately. You know, he's been coming into his own. He's different behind camera. Let me tell you guys. He's saying the N-word every second.
No. We're not shoving those allegations down my throat.
All right, fine.
No, please.
I don't know what level to bring here.
Well,
Okay, I'm just saying what comes to my head, okay?
well,
If you guys don't know, this is who I am. I just say whatever.
yeah.
Tom's a cool guy, guys. Go watch his channel. And watch the Technocrat, too.
Yeah. 100%.
How would you describe your content, Smithy? Who are you in the YouTube space?
Well, I kind of just mess around and just do whatever I like in a video and then try and turn it into something fun. But Chumm doesn't like it, so it's all gone wrong.
Yeah, but Chumm is different.
Yeah, Chumm's a different guy, isn't he? Different breed.
Different guy.
Has challenges.
Yeah, a challenge boy.
Yeah, I am quite challenged. Yeah.
How would you describe your content, Chumm? Who are you?
Oh, no. It's
Victoria
exactly what
3
Smithy. It's exactly what Smithy explained. Basically, I just do stuff that I don't know. It's fun to me.
I'd say this like unique content, something different.
It's just.
Go ahead, Chumm.
It's just I don't know. I just play Victoria 3 in ways that people have never done.
Oh, I think you cut out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry. I just play Victoria 3 in ways people have never done before.
I think that's fair.
What I think stands out with you is that you go for a very like you're playing Victoria 3 as like look this is a fun experience. I'm having fun. This is entertaining.
Yeah, everyone else just plays it.
Yeah, there's actually joy involved rather than just green line go up. Yay! Look at my spreadsheets, right? Like it's you bring some energy to it and some joy, and that's what I like about it.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's mostly because I suck at the game, so I can't really like. I can't really do anything impressive. So I mean, if I'm playing the game, I might as well have fun, you know.
No, you do things that are impressive. You make a mess, and then you know, somehow make it work in some way.
Hey, that's a plus, I guess.
Yeah, like the fact that we lost our war because you can keep it together.
No, dude.
Oh, that was a great video.
Yeah.
No, that was the.
Do you want to go into that? So basically, if you haven't watched the video, right at the end, we lost because Chumm wasn't defending Korea, and that
wasn't
was the
me.
British war goal. So that was the reason that we lost. Korea ruined it for us. Well, not actually Korea, it was Chumm.
For those of you who
Whoa.
doesn't know what we're talking about, Chumm and Smithy released a video together about them defending from essentially the entire world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
except obviously us.
Victoria 3.
Yeah, that was an interesting video. What do you think about it, Chumm?
That was fun. Honestly, that video did very well on my channel.
Yeah,
Did
something
awful on
new
mine.
and refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do some more like that at some point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm down.
Yeah, we
We'll bring the
we think we
Technocrat.
should. We should bring more people into the joy of dying. Unless
Yeah.
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
we win. Welcome.
Some challenges like that to like revigorate the experience. Like instead of just playing, because that is one of the issues with Victoria 3, right? It can feel hollow sometimes. Like
Yeah.
I'm just doing the
Right.
same thing. I did
Right.
last playthrough. Just I'm building tooling workshops again. I'm building logging camps again. This is
Right.
what I do. So
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I remember when we were recording that video. I remember having like the most fun I've ever had in Victoria 3 in such a long time.
True.
It was actually really fun.
oh yeah,
Like,
that's awesome.
Playing together, like even though it wasn't necessarily the well, I didn't produce the best video out of it. Like we were laughing probably most of the time, and everything was going wrong, but it was still really fun. You got to try it one time. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I have the niche of Victoria 3 content that I don't play Victoria 3 on my channel. I just talk about Victoria 3.
Hey.
Well done, man.
It's just a bunch of theory crafting and like guides and tutorials and
I mean, that's
stuff
pretty
like that.
unique.
Yeah, tell us
That's
how you
pretty
do it.
unique.
Like explain your process. Like, how you coming up with the ideas and stuff.
Well,
Cracking the codes.
so I was really inspired by Generalist Gaming, who is like one of my favorite content creators in Victoria 3, besides you guys, obviously.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
And I discovered with like watching his content and other people's content, like Victoria 3 has some features or like some facets to it that is like not very obvious. It's kind of hidden within the like that the game mechanics that like this isn't like this takes time to discover that is this how it works or is this is a peculiar interaction about game mechanics. And I'm like, well, if people understand, like if I basically stuff that I wish that I knew when I was starting out, because like this took some effort in trial and error to
Yeah.
find these specific interactions of game mechanics and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's very helpful. Like having some actual in-depth guides instead of just having to try and find things in people's videos, because that's how I learn. Learn. Like whether like I had to sort of watch people's videos and see what they did. I didn't go looking for tutorials. I just sort of picked it up as I went along. But I guess finding it in one place is quite helpful.
Because like Victoria 3 doesn't, like if we're gonna get into the weeds of it, like Victoria 3 doesn't have really good indicators that you're doing something wrong or you're doing something inefficient, or it just this building seems to be making a lot of money. I don't know why, but I like one of the one of the mistakes, or should I say, or one of the things that I did as a beginner, I just looked at my market and say, oh, I have a lack of this. I should be like, this is what I should be building.
Yeah.
While in many cases that is not actually what you got to be thinking in supply chains, right? Like if I want paper, I need sulfur. If I want sulfur, I need to find some some sulfur mine
Yeah.
province which is rare and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
especially since they changed the whole thing that like everything is pretty local now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When they added local prices.
Yeah, so it's more. I play multiplayer sometimes, and and my friends just like, oh, why are you doing so much? Like, I'm not doing anything wrong. No, but you're not doing much right either, because the game is terrible at telling you. Like,
Yeah.
what is this? Is this something good or is this something bad? I don't know. The game is not giving me any hints of this is a good course of action.
Yeah. But I guess that's some of the fun of learning the game, is the fact that you still have to figure it out. And there's multiple ways of doing things depending on which path you go down.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's also, I think that is one of the saving graces of, like, because one of the fears that I had, I mean I am a spreadsheet guy, right? But like
Spreadsheet gamer.
one of the fears that I had was that this is basically going to, like everybody was saying, like this is a spreadsheet like hidden as a game.
Yeah.
And that was one of my fears, that it's going to be like, this is going to be so it's going to be so simplistic that you can basically figure out what's the optimal meta all the time in some sort of mathematical formula, and that's going to feel so simple and boring.
Yeah.
And I think Victoria 3 does a pretty good job as like it's more complex than that, and it's more, there's some hidden things and there's more interact. Like it is pretty good at just hiding the fact that there's a lot of
Spreadsheets
math going on. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but what do you guys think about the game, like as a whole? And what do you think about the update? Do you think it was worth the wait? No one?
I need to formulate an answer in my head. I think I was really hyped for Victoria 3. And to say that it was a bit of a letdown is an understatement.
Yeah.
Like this is a game that is supposed to be right down my alley. But
Yeah, exactly.
but at launch especially, there were so like it felt like there were stuff missing.
Yeah.
But I think they have done a decent job at like correcting it in a
Updates.
usual Paradox fashion. Like it's not good until 15 DLCs later, but they are on the right track. I think there are still, like, I think Sphere of Influence, for example, I think is a great addition to the game.
Yeah. I think that was one of the like saving graces of Victoria 3 was the DLC that came out like how long ago now? Like a few months back. But
yeah, a few months back. Yeah.
It's really improved the game. Like I'd actually want to play the game more often now. Like, I find myself sitting there going, "Oh, this is actually fun."
Oh.
Yeah, well, before we go anywhere, let me ask you guys, how did you guys get into the game?
All right. Well, I'll let you guys go first.
I was playing Victoria 2, and I was absolutely part of the long time tradition of saying, Victoria 3 is coming out soon. The internal joke that was within the community for like 10 years.
Victoria 3, yeah.
Yeah, Victoria, Victoria 3 is going to be released some someday.
Yeah.
And when it eventually was, I was like, holy shit, this is going to be like
amazing.
This is going to be my game. Yeah, this is going to be like, this is like right down my alley. I am I am a strategy gamer at heart. I played, like, the first game I ever played, I think, was Civ 5. I play EU4. I played CK2, CK3. A lot of City Skylines, economy managers, city managers, like all of those appeals
yeah.
to me, and I was like, okay, so this is grand strategy, and with the focus on the economy, this is going to be like my game. So I like pre-ordered it and did all the things that you shouldn't do really, but
Yeah.
I didn't.
You
Didn't
didn't listen.
yeah, didn't wait around for it to be good.
Yeah. Everybody in my my circle said that it's a Paradox game. Don't buy it at launch, and I was like, but I really need to buy it at launch.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
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 Well, I'll go on to what
Yeah,
I
I
did.
remember.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead. No, go ahead, go ahead.
So I bought the game at launch. Like I haven't been a strategy gamer for very long, but I was playing Hearts of Iron 4 and heard it was coming out. So I bought it at launch, and I can't lie, from going from Hoi 4 to Victoria 3 was a drop. Like it was like, oh. So I dropped it. I like didn't play it for months. And I came back when I started making videos on it, and I was like, hey, this is actually a whole lot more interesting now, because I don't know, I think we were like 6 updates or 5 updates through. And it started to feel more enticing, and I heard about the new DLC, and I was actually hyped for it for the first time for Victoria 3. And that was sort of how I got into it. It wasn't like, I was waiting for it. It just sort of, I heard about it because of Paradox, obviously, and then it turned into a fact that I dropped it because it wasn't a game that I was massively interested in. But now it's sort of at a point that I find this playable and enjoyable. John?
How about you,
That's
Chumm?
good. Okay, so so I started off as an EU4 gamer actually. I have like thousands of hours in EU4, and the thing I like to do in that game is, so if you guys don't know, a lot of people just go for like world conquest and domination and stuff. They go
Yeah.
military style. Me, like, I like to play tall in that game.
Yeah, you're a Netherlands enjoyer.
Yeah, I'm a Netherlands guy,
Aw,
because I like to like concentrate development in my capital, and
so cute.
so I never had a game that could allow me to work on the economy, and that's when I found out about Victoria too. And so I was young at this time, being the young lad I was, I hobbled over to Victoria 2, and I could not understand a single thing in that game.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what is happening? And it's like, I don't remember how good I got at the game, because I came in pretty late. I came in like a few, like 1 or 2 years before Victoria 3 came out. That's when I started playing Victoria 2. Yeah, I don't. I remember like I played it here and there, but I didn't really play it that much, just because I couldn't really understand it at the time, because I was pretty young. Um, but when Victoria 3 dropped, I remember hearing about it, and I remember like hearing that it was bad, like, oh, it's not as good as Victoria 2, and so that put me off for a little bit. And I didn't get the game for a while after launch, I think. But I remember watching videos like saying how Victoria 3 is a washed down version of Victoria 2.
That sounded right up your alley, didn't it?
No, it didn't. That actually put me off. I was like, oh dang, maybe I shouldn't get it. But one day I decided, you know what, screw it. Like I'm bored of conquering stuff in EU4. I want to like
Yeah.
play. I want to really play tall. I want to do the economy stuff. So I jumped in, got Victoria 3, and it was actually really fun. When I first played, even though it's like it was really like it really was a washed down version of Victoria 2 at launch.
Yeah.
All you do is just like click, and click buttons, and then wait for the next production method, and then click that, blah blah blah. All that. I mean, it kind of is still like that now, but it's better. It's better.
You just explained every strategy game ever.
Well, I mean, this is what was going through my head, and I guess Victoria 3. It really is my type of game too. I don't know. I just love playing tall. Like recently, I've been playing a lot of Imperator Rome.
Yeah, I caught him on that quite a bit.
Yeah. I've been playing that a lot, and it has this pop system. Like it's not the same as Victoria 2, or Victoria 3, but it has a pop system, and I just absolutely love playing tall in that game too. And it's a game where you play as Rome. You have to conquer the known world. But I love playing tall, and I guess that's why I'm so drawn to the Vicky games. It's just like you can be a one province miner and become rich, and I think that really appeals to me.
Do you think you'll ever make an Imperator video?
Yeah, I think maybe one or two here, just to have it. It's really fun, just to have fun. I don't know how many people will watch it, but
Yeah, I guess if you're enjoying it, then why not?
yeah.
What you have to do, Chumm, is to as a EU4 enjoyer, you have to convert a EU4 save to Wiki.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll convert the start date to Vicky.
do it.
I feel like there's mods out there for that, like that have that start date.
Yeah, they do.
Oh dang.
But
that's fun.
I did that some with I've done that somewhat. Even I did it with Wiki 2 too. Well, I EU4 then into Wiki.
Oh yeah.
So like it's fun just following your save to
Yeah,
a
dude.
new game. But
Oh, you ever done a mega campaign?
I not a full one. I've done CK to EU4 to Wiki, but I stopped at Hoi because like, okay, no, this is not gonna
Right.
this is not
Yeah,
gonna hold, because you have to really discipline
Yeah.
yourself to not conquer the entire world, because
Yeah.
you have so much
Yeah.
like you can conquer all of Europe in CK alone, so you have to be like, oh well, no, I need to
Keep yourself back a little bit.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The only issue with a mega campaign is that I've always wanted to do it, but one, it takes forever, and two,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be way more fun if you did it with someone else? But it would take way too long.
Yeah.
Like you'd be there for years.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
2 times speed.
CK and CK and EU4 are so long too. They're like what 400 years each or something like that. Like it takes.
Oh yeah.
Even at max speed for like it even if you never pause it would take a while to just get through the years.
Yeah. It's actually crazy how long the game actually is. And like you can get engrossed in it for hours and then wake up and it's like, oh, well, not wake up, you know, get what I mean. You wake up and you've been there for the entire day and it feels like you've been there for an hour. But
yeah.
that's the beauty of Paradox games, I think. You can just find yourself playing for hours and hours and hours, and it's just it's still fun by the end of it, and you still want to play the next day.
Yeah, it's so weird that you can like stare at the map for 8 hours and like this is a good day.
Yeah, you explain to other people that don't get it, like, what have you done today? Oh, I played this game all day, and they're like, oh, was it like a story game or something? You know, something to keep your interest. No, I stared at a map for like 12 hours, and they just don't get it. But you know, numbers went up, things happened. Trust me, it was fun.
So, if what do you think is the greatest like change that they made to Vic from launch that appeals to you most?
Well, to start off, the military needed changing. And I think,
dude, I can't even remember how it was before.
No, I watched an old Toby video the other day just to see what it was like, and bro, I forgot how bad it was. I'm happy that changed, but I don't think it was groundbreaking. There was nothing. It was nice, but it wasn't necessarily the best feature they've changed.
No, I think they still need to work on that.
Yeah.
I mean, just coming back from. I mean, okay, that's not what the question is though, but. Anyways, what I think was the best was I think foreign investment. I'm really having a blast with that, honestly. Yeah, I'm having so much because, okay, here's the thing. I hate like the later stages of Victoria 3 where you're just so powerful that you can just like spam buildings.
No,
and
I love that.
It gets like tedious because you have to micromanage like, oh man, I have to build all these things here. I'll just plop down like 50 steel mills right here, you know, blah blah blah. I hate doing that because you burn through that really fast because you have like a million construction at this point. So I absolutely love just letting my capitalists go wild.
Yeah.
And just investing like in other countries and stuff.
Have you ever gone communist? Because I've heard that you haven't bothered with that. Bro, give it a go. Because that one's a completely different experience.
Okay.
You should. Like
I might do my next video.
Yeah, it's different, but it does take a while to get there as well. I think that's the main problem. Like it takes a long time to be starting to like change those laws around, but standard of living goes through the roof. Trust me.
Oh yeah, co-ops is the goat, man. Like it's so great.
Dang, my American self. I get the shivers.
That's
Capitalism. I like capitalism.
That's your next video, Chumm. That's communist USA.
I'm gonna do it one day. Look, USA needs to be communist one day. Give it a go.
Oh no,
Try it.
that's spooky. Yeah,
Well,
I'm probably gonna try communist.
Turn the UK communist if you really want to. Like, have fun with it. No, we're not. Just because we have free healthcare does not mean we're communist.
Socialist? Well, socialist. Listen, I'm American. Okay, to me, those are pretty similar.
Just because we have like a minimum wage and free healthcare doesn't mean we're communist. Bro.
There's nothing against that. Okay.
This guy. Free healthcare. That's literally like, what other socialist things can you give me in the UK? We're going into this.
Back on topic. What about you, Technocrat?
Yeah, what do you think was the best like addition?
I like the military changes because like that, just going to war before was an absolute pain.
Yeah.
One of the greatest like quality of life changes that they made is that you can, like, I was requesting this from day one, is that I can get an idea before I start a war who would join against me or with me.
Yeah.
Because the AI was notoriously like, you could have an alliance even,
and they wouldn't bother joining,
and they would join the other one.
Yeah. I remember that happening.
I'm like, how am I supposed to do any type of calculation whatsoever? It's just a coin flip if the Russian AI just decides like, no, we had an alliance for 30 years. That means nothing because you're going to take this random province in Africa.
Yeah.
That's so true. That was ridiculous, dude. That's why I never declared war either. It's because you could be like a random like Asian, country, and then attack your neighbor, and Great Britain just shows up and like blows you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not playing like a really large power, or even if you are playing a pretty large power, Victoria 3, I mean, this reflects obviously the time period, but like you are kind of dependent on which great powers decides that this is in their business or not. Because they could just on their own just swing a war either in your favor or they can crush you, right? Like, oh, apparently Russia had an interest. I didn't know that, so now I'm just gonna get bullied, right? So it is kind of it was kind of important to get an idea that they might join and or they might not join, instead of just, well, I guess I'm taking the chance. I mean, what's my choice?
Yeah. The awkward silence.
Yeah.
Let me think.
So what's the worst? Like, was that the worst thing that you thought? What's the worst now? Actually, what's the worst thing about Victoria 3 now that you think they could work on?
Oh, that's a difficult one.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make me think. John, what do you think? Because I feel like you might have an answer lined up.
I've actually got a few. I don't know what my most, like, what my biggest issue is, but I think one of them that I've really been like, kind of like struggling with, like, just because it frustrates me all the time, is the lack of, or it's more so the abstraction of the economy, or like, for example, like, let's say you are Japan, and let's say you have a shortage of grain, for example. Let's say you produce 500 grain and you consume 1,000 grain. My issue is that those people who aren't eating grain, like, Victoria 3 still views them as eating grain, if you guys know what I mean. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. It's just very abstract to me, because without the like use of a what's a stockpile, for example, like, let's say you're producing, I don't know, like a surplus of 500 grain over time. like where does that grain go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does it
It's
go?
like it's getting thrown away or something. Like imagine you're producing like a million grain. You know, you're only eating one grain. Where does that 999,000 grain go? Like,
Yeah.
and I guess it doesn't like it's not a big problem for people who play the game normally, but when you're playing like how I do, for example, when I was doing my tea video, nobody was drinking tea except, but I was still making a profit off my tea plantations.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like I kid you not. I had like I don't know, like thousands of tea that was not being drank. You know, nobody was buying tea except Victoria 3 calculated it like, oh yeah, people are still buying tea just at minus 75% base price,
Yeah.
and it's like that's not how economies work. You know, if you have that much tea, it's not gonna work out like that.
Yeah, they just won't
And
get bought.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I think it's just the way how I play. Like nobody in their right mind would play how I play.
No, but I think it
But I
still has
mean,
some merit to it because
Yeah.
that
yeah,
still affects the game in many
yeah.
ways if it was changed.
I
Like,
don't know. That was
do you
that's just
think
I don't know.
that
Yeah, go ahead.
like if you have a surplus, then it should be more devastating, or do you think, or if you have a deficit, do you think it should be more devastating? Like, what's
Well, I think both ways, but I feel like since there's no stockpile, it's just super abstract. Like the goods don't really exist. It's more so
yeah, it's just a number.
the balance of goods, you know? How much goods you have coming in, how much goods you have going out. There's no like actual like stockpile like, oh man, I'm going to have a grain shortage soon, you know? Like I should start building up farms or something like that. Like or I have so much grain, I should start selling it, you know? Like it's more so like I don't know. It's just super abstract to me that it just frustrates me sometimes.
This is most apparent, I think, with the whole war industry, because like
Yeah,
none
exactly. Yeah.
none of
Yeah,
your war manufacturers will make any profit until the war like
yeah,
is
Yeah.
brewing, and then like,
Exactly.
oh well, I guess we have to, we have to
massively improve. Yeah,
yeah, all of these factories need to come online now and start producing artillery because that wasn't profitable before. No shit, Sherlock. It's not a
Yeah.
war.
yeah.
Like,
That's so true.
If there was a stockpile, then you could,
Yeah, you could
like
save up
you could
guns, you
save
know,
up
like
guns,
you
yeah,
and
could sell like, you know, like
and that's how you did it in Wiki too. That's why I think Chumm,
yeah,
you
yeah.
you you
yeah,
you
you
brought
have
up
a
Oh
because
point.
yeah.
that's how Wiki
Yeah, I
two.
really love that.
That was
True.
honestly
Oh,
also one of the nice like because you can mixture with the whole like because every good that is produced is being bought by somebody else essentially. You
yeah,
you
yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could you can just ruin the world economy by just buying all the
Yeah,
steel and
yeah.
like on all that like that's one of the
Yeah.
greatest like Victoria 2 videos that I watched is that people just mixturing with the world economy because like, oh well, I'm just
Yeah.
buying all the resources, right? Because
Yeah.
it feels dynamic and it feels very
Yeah.
real because like
Yeah,
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 the goods go
exactly.
somewhere instead of just
Dude, could you
being
imagine if Victoria 3 was like that? Like instead of like oh, I have to build these things, I have to click this button, blah blah blah. You could like be a trader, you know? You could buy stuff. Like, I feel like there's so much potential there.
I think the main issue, like when it comes down to it, is the fact that you feel isolated as a country, and it doesn't feel like you actually affect the world unless
Yes,
you conquer
exactly.
something or you do something like war related. Because
Yeah.
I can build up a huge industry, but the only number that's really showing me that is the fact that I got loads of goods being produced. I can trade it,
Yeah.
and I got high GDP. Like
Yeah.
it only benefits me, and it doesn't like change anything really significantly for anyone else.
Yeah, that was so true. And I think the other thing that well, there's a lot of stuff. I don't want to take your time, but since we're talking about that, like how you're like, it kind of feels like you're isolated. I feel like a lot of that is also like the trade. How you have to
mm,
have a specific trade agreement with a country to actually trade your goods. Like I know it's like a gameplay point of view, but like gameplay like stuff. I don't know, but the fact that like if you're building like a million textile mills, right, and you're building a million clothing and all that stuff, like the fact that you have to, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. It just feels like trade is very like
Empty.
yeah,
empty. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super
like
empty. Like
like
it's
How
like
come I'm
you can
trading 11 goods to someone? It just doesn't feel right.
yeah
What's the
like
right.
point?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because that was my experience too, like my entire just Wiki like playtime was that I went entire playthroughs not interacting with the trade system at
Yeah.
all, and that is a failure on the game's part, because like
Yeah.
trade was very important. It had immense impacts. Like it should be able to you should be able to just
Oh, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just interact with that system more, do more interesting stuff with it. Instead, it's just, oh well, I have a shortage. Maybe I should import 5 from Britain. I don't know. Like
What's the
that's a
point?
system.
Yeah. You might as well just build another
Yeah.
factory at that point. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like there is
It's
actually no
ridiculous.
reason to trade majority of the time.
Yeah,
Like,
it's ridiculous.
the only person you really can trade massive amounts with is like China.
Yeah.
And then they don't even buy it for that good of a price. But there you go. Trade. We've all agreed on trade.
Yeah, like my latest video was a trade guide, and I open up with that video with this is probably going to be my shortest video, because trading in Victoria 3 is
Non-existent.
it's a really darn simple system. If you have a shortage, you trade it away. If you have a surplus, you
it's really
try to
dumb.
export it. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's really dumb. Yeah,
We
I
may-
really hate, and I also hate the system where like, for example, like if you can't trade a certain amount of goods because it's not profitable, and I understand that, like I understand that's like a that's like a realistic thing, but I wish that you could subsidize your trade centers and force them to buy goods even if it's not profitable. And that's a very like specific case, but there's many cases where I need that to happen. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I find myself wishing that so many times. And there's just so many things with trade that's just very gamey to me. It's
Yeah. I think
it doesn't work
sorry.
because I think it doesn't work because, again, there's no stockpiles. So it's really just the income. Like,
yeah.
I think I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, Smithy. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think it just comes down to the fact that it doesn't feel immersive. It doesn't feel like you're connected, and it doesn't feel like you're actually affecting anything. And I feel like people will miss that, and that's what will probably end up making people drop the game and lose interest. Because if you're playing the game and it doesn't feel like you do anything actually, then also multiplayer. Like, imagine if multiplayer you could act, because realistically, I played a couple of multiplayers now with a few people, and it doesn't seem like, even though the power blocks now helps, there's not still that much interaction.
Right.
What do you actually, going on to it, what do you guys think about power blocks and like the extra diplo that they've added?
I think.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
Oh,
Chumm.
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you can go. I'm still formulating my thoughts. Go ahead.
Listen, you little. No.
Whoa! You guys heard it here first, guys. Whoa!
No, I think it was a good addition. Like it like any change that makes the player have more choices and more like customization and stuff like that, it is good, I think.
Yeah.
But and like every I know I think I know what you were going to say is that, but I because if you look at it, you can just like, oh, well, this is just another modifier. Like this is just more modifiers, which is it just feels like it's disconnected from. It's not actual, like this is not a large thing in my nation. Just I wanted some construction efficiency modifiers, so I tacked this on. Right?
That's fair. It doesn't feel like it's actually doing, like, the way you got to imagine it is that there's actually people living in the country, or in these countries in the power block, but you've just added a modifier to increase something or improve something in some way.
Yeah.
And what is that actually done? Like, I don't know, construction, like you said, just a modifier. But
Yeah, it just feels very like. See, the thing is, they're going for the like realistic route for Victoria 3, like the economic simulator, the spreadsheet simulator thing. And I can see why like these modifiers, like just slapping a modifier on there works, but it just doesn't feel very like immersive to me.
I think that's the main issue. Lack of like in every aspect of the game that has an issue with it. It's just doesn't feel immersive enough. Doesn't feel like
Yeah,
you're doing anything.
yeah.
I know I've said
I
that
think
like
their
3 times
route,
now, but
I think their route for the game is more so like a simplified abstraction of an like economic, simulator of the
yeah.
world in 1836. I don't think it's more like I mean, I may be wrong, but I feel like they're not really going for the hyper realistic thing,
No.
which is kind of a shame. It's kind of a shame.
I feel like Paradox
Dude,
have
it
been
would be
moving in
so
that
good.
direction for a lot of their games.
Yeah, it's just
And
very game.
yeah, and I miss,
Like,
not that I know much about it, but I miss when the games were a little bit more creative for the player.
yeah,
But anyway, that's all I have
yeah.
to say.
I don't know. That might just I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of modifiers nowadays, which is I don't know, just kind of it's very abstract.
Right. Anyone got anything else? Any other questions? Because I can't think of any.
I mean, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Chumm. But
Yeah,
I've been thinking to ask you what have you picked up during your like what's something you didn't know when you started off that you wish that you knew?
go.
Like what's your biggest tip to a new player? Like what is some game mechanic or something that you learned? Oh, this actually works this way. That surprised you or
Literally everything. Like, I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna
me
lie.
too,
Literally the entire
dude.
game. I jumped into it, made a video, and if you go watch that, then I'm so sorry because you will just see a mindless chicken running around going, "Ooh." And that is pretty much it because I was just making up rubbish, and I can't lie, I still do it with certain aspects of the game. I don't know everything, but it does. Like, I do feel like I get comments from people that are like, "Hey, you're being stupid," and I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll fix it." So my audience is helping me out. I can't lie, but it's like the deficit spending thing. I still don't like doing it. I don't like numbers going down. But obviously, this means that numbers end up going up faster. But still don't like it.
Right. For me, honestly, I feel like I got worse since I've started making videos. Because now I don't actually play the game. I just sit there and click one factory button like for the entire game. I honestly feel like I got worse. Um, I think for me, the one thing that I would say is trade is like key if you're doing what I'm doing. I mean, I have a very like specific case, so it might not be the
yeah.
same for you guys, but like you can literally just spam, tea factories and just trade it all away. I mean, not even trade it away. I didn't trade like when I made my tea video, I didn't even trade any tea, and I made like I don't know like 200 million GDP or 300 million GDP or something like that. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Just spam stuff, guys. Just spam stuff and pray. That's my advice to you guys. It's not good advice, but
Victoria 3 in a nutshell.
yeah.
No, but what's your favorite video you've made, guys? What's like the one that stands out?
Um,
Doesn't have to be the best performing, but the one that you've enjoyed making, or maybe just a game that you've really enjoyed playing.
Should I start, Chumm?
yeah, you can start.
Yeah, I think my best video is where I made a video that explains what's the difference between the early game and the late game.
Mhm.
To me, that video it kind of encapsulates like this is what the game is about. This is like this. If you want, this is just explains the entire game. If you want to see
Yeah.
it that way, so you can pretty easily just watch that video, and then you have like a pretty good grasp on what am I supposed to do, and it also tells you, or it highlights that Victoria 3 kind of sneaks up upon, like it doesn't tell you, but like the late game is very, very different from the early game.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to be ready for that, and or you have to like plan ahead that this I have a game plan or some like this is what I'm going to do. Otherwise, you're just gonna run out of population and like okay, what do I do now?
You put the women in the workforce, man.
Yeah, throw them in the fact all of
Bring
them.
back slavery.
Yes.
Yeah, Chumm.
But yeah.
What were you gonna say? You can finish.
No, I was finished. Go ahead, John.
Okay. My favorite video, huh?
To record,
That's a
or
tough
just a
one.
game that you've enjoyed playing.
I mean, again, I think I really like our collab that we did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just because
it's adorable.
But other than that, like one of my old videos probably, because that's back when I was like, I don't know, I was just
Bad.
yeah, I was bad.
I mean,
it was
I mean,
back
like,
when here's
not,
the thing.
you
Here's
know.
the thing. Yeah, here's the, like I wasn't that like I'm not saying I'm popular now, but I have
You
like,
are.
more eyes on me now than I do. And it was less pressure back then. Like this is the thing that people don't talk about on YouTube, but there's actually like a lot of pressure on your videos now. Like once you've got a decent following.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the pressure is people like wanting me to be good at the game.
Yeah, no,
But
I've
back then
noticed
I was
that.
just back then I was just like goofing off, you know, and so I'd probably say like my Taiwan video or something, or Sweden video even. Like I was just goofing off.
True.
Sweden video, obviously my favorite.
Yeah. Sweden video. I love that.
No, I really enjoyed our collab. Like I found that like I don't know whether it came across to the audience, but we were really enjoying ourselves. Like every minute was fun. But I think one of the games that I played that was fun was just whenever I go communist, there's something about communism, boys. That's just.
Ayo. I think that's a reflection on you, sir.
No, I think it's not the actual political views. It's just the fact that it's a bit more challenging, and you got to wait around for a bit longer, and you got to think about like, hey, I got to get the trade unions in power, because usually it's very easy to get the industrialists and the intelligentsia to have some power to change some laws, but to get some, you know,
dude, that's
different
so
ones
true.
in.
Like I was playing yesterday, and I could I didn't even know how to get the trade unions in power.
Yeah, it's actually more difficult.
But it's so hard, dude. Yeah.
Technocrat's laughing at us right now. He's like, it's
bro,
easiest.
you guys suck.
The solution is called the universal suffrage, guys. It's not that hard.
No. Trust me. I sit on wealth voting every time. I can't lie. Wealth voting's the key for economic boom.
Wait, you can pass laws in this game? What?
Yeah, Chumm caught me slacking, lacking, and packing with the infrastructure in the game. I wasn't focusing, and he was like, "Bro, you've majorly like got a problem," and I was like, "No, I don't. Don't worry about it." I don't know whether I left it in my video or not, but yeah, I've got some issues. I just don't bother looking sometimes, and then people are like, they call me out on it. And I never pick up on it or whatever. I'll get there eventually. Just take me 5 years.
Nice. Me too. Don't worry. It was in my video.
It's not really a fast-paced game. You have time. That's the thing too. Like the multiplayer experience. Like if
my gosh,
you kind of have to do something like you two did, because like if you're like playing Victoria 3 with like 2 or 3 people, it's a whole lot of just being quiet. Like, so what are you building? I'm building this factory. What are you building? I'm building some more logging camps, my dude. I'm like, oh, cool. And then you're quiet again for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We played like a share of multiplayer games, and literally like every time we played the multiplayer
I've been dead silent.
We just sit there.
Yeah,
we just sit there and like we just build stuff, and
because it's running at 3 times speed, you can't like enjoy it as much. But no, I enjoy the multiplayer games. It's just because they take longer and they take up more time, and well, I usually don't know the people sitting in the call. It doesn't work the same.
Yeah.
But Victoria 3 is like, it's the only like I play most Paradox games at high speeds,
Yeah.
like 4 or 5.
Right.
But like Victoria 3 is the game I like. I feel like I need to have it on speed 5 for it to
Yeah, dude.
True.
to even keep up with.
Yeah.
Like otherwise it's just a whole lot of then multiplayer when you're on speed 3 is just painfully slow.
Painful. Yeah. It's because like things take weeks to build. Like I'm not complaining, but it's like maybe the game should just run faster in general. Like 1x speed. Who is playing on 1x speed? I want to know. If you play at 1x speed, leave a comment because yeah, you need a new PC.
Nobody better comment that. If you do comment that, I'm coming after you.
Yeah. They're going to be microing like everything though, aren't they? At 1x speed. If they don't end the game with a huge mega economy, then get good. But what do you guys think about like the other Paradox games? What's your favorite?
Ooh,
outside of Vicky?
Tough one. That's tough.
It's a toss up between like CK3 and EU4, I think.
You're that side. Interesting.
I have a lot of hours in both of them. I played a lot of CK2 before I played CK3, but it's I played them in phases. So I like the last couple of weeks it's been a lot of EU4, and then I just get tired of EU4, and then I went in I want some more. Like EU4 is very gamey. It's like you stack all of the modifiers and all of the states and all of the. EU4 is like you don't feel like playing a country at all. You just I want these national ideas and I want these modifiers, and I'm just trying to.
That is so true.
And so CK is more personal. It's like I want to have a character who builds up from nothing, and he starts as a one can like other experience. So like but eventually I just get bored of that as well. So I shift between them.
I like just dip in with what you said about CK3 because I haven't played much EU4. I'm sorry. But CK3 was I think the first or second game that I played from Paradox, and because I'm very new like to the area. Sorry guys, again. But I enjoy it for the first few hours, but I don't think it has the same. I can't play it for as long as I play the other ones. I don't get as engrossed, and I couldn't even tell you why. I just feel like once you die, you get a load of problems, and then it's fun, but you always have that awkward period of like you're waiting for someone to die, or like you're waiting for something, like a truce to end. Maybe I'm just playing too slowly, but I don't know. I'm trying to murder someone off, but it's going to take me a couple years.
Yeah. Like CK also have this. This is a Paradox problem in general, but like CK has a huge problem of when the game becomes late enough. Like everything just solves itself. Like you don't have succession problems. You are you're insanely wealthy. You can do everything you want. You have all of the bloodline legacies that everybody have 100 opinion of you when you're an infant. You are a genius. You are you are strong. You are.
Yeah, that's true.
So like I played like a succession game with a couple of my friends. I think we were 4 people, and then we gave the save to each other after our characters died.
Oh, that's very fun.
So we played like the entirety of all from the start to actual when the game's just like you're finished now. This is the it ends 1453 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But we played it like all of the years, right? And the last couple of generations was just like we are the Roman Emperor. We control all of the Mediterranean and Europe, and we have all of the all of the prestige. We have all of the artifacts. Just give us 55 opinion with everybody, and like it was just I couldn't cause a problem for myself if I tried. So everybody just sailed like they speed 5 through their characters because like there's no like the Mongols came
Yeah.
We didn't even raise our troops. We just took our personal levy and defeated them handsomely.
Oh damn.
Because we have so many
Troops.
bonuses. So we have So our heavy, what's it? The knights, the heavy, the armored horsemen. Yeah, the armored horseman unit had so many bonuses that we had they could outnumber us 1,000 to 1, and we would still win because
what the heck?
Yeah. So it's like all of the Paradox games have some sort of late game problem, but it's very apparent in Victoria 3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's most fun in the beginning where you're small and you're trying you are a single count and you're trying to connive your way to the kingdom title, and it's all that. It's much more fun than just being the emperor.
I can't remember what my original question was there. Something about favorite game. So Chumm.
Yeah.
Chumm. What do you think?
I mean, it depends. It depends on how I feel.
Great answer.
I mean, right now is obviously Imperator Rome. Dude, honest, that's a hot take. That's a hot take.
Yeah, I really wanted to get into that game. I really did.
I think the reason why I really like that is first off the time period. I'm really a fan of antiquity and stuff dude. I don't know. It's just it really gets to me. I really wish that they picked that game back up. But I mean, the things about that game is that I like the pop system. It's definitely not Victoria 3 level, obviously, but the pop system, I feel like that should be a standard for most Paradox games. Just to represent population, obviously, because I think that's a very significant part of role playing and controlling a country.
Right. I can't lie. I've got no idea how it works because I've played 100 minutes, but
I mean, it's basically just like pops, pops. Pops
yeah.
I don't know.
But how's it different?
1,000 people, 10,000 people, blah blah. It's. I think it's similar to what EU5 is doing.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely more so. EU5 is more so Victoria 3 pop system, I think. But I don't know. I haven't really looked into that. But I mean, I just feel like Imperator Rome is. I don't know. I think it was just really good. It was really fun for me. I'm weird though. I don't know. I like playing tall in that game. So
Imperator Rome has made some journey.
It has.
Another game that I bought at launch because I never learn. Because I was thinking into the hype a lot. I was following all of the dev diaries and all that jazz. Bought it at launch. It was the least successful Paradox game that has ever faced the earth. Everything sucked. Everybody abandoned it. The Paradox themselves abandoned it. It's okay, this is just a sinking ship. And then it was no, we're going to save this game. And
I know.
And then we saved it, which is amazing.
Crazy.
It's actually crazy. But yeah, I hope that game gets more traction and continues to grow because I'd love it to be another one of those Paradox games that does well because it has such a cool idea. Playing as Rome, who doesn't want to do that? It's literally half the fun of no, I mean everyone thinks that's going to be fun. Surely, no one sits there and doesn't want to be Rome.
Me, every time I played Imperator Rome, I never played Rome. I played some backwards tribe in Scandinavia or in Germany or whatever, and I'm going to because that's what I like with alt history is that I'm going to play some underdog that never saw the light of day, and then I'm going to play them. So that this the Swedish tribes that were so underdeveloped that nobody the Romans called it the ultimate North. They thought the world ended there because it's just forests. I want them to be a power to be reckoned with, and I want them to challenge the Romans and stuff like that. That's what my power fantasy. That's what I.
Oh yeah, No, yeah,
Like,
me too. Like when I play the game, I started. For example, one of the games I started as one of the Swedish tribes, and I migrated all the way to India, and I forged
Bro,
a kingdom over there. It was
that's
like
wow.
crazy.
crazy, dude. It's crazy. Like that game is like, I feel like it could do so much better.
I feel like it's a missed
Like the game,
opportunity.
it's a missed opportunity for sure. Because I know a lot of people are interested in the time period.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
How long does it last for? Like length, years wise, I mean.
A couple hundred years. I can't remember exactly off the
Is it
top of my
same
head.
sort of like CK3 kind of time? Like length?
I think something like that. I don't know. I've never played a full game before, so
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't. Like, I guess it's going to be quite a long game. I don't know why. Just feels like it would be.
yeah.
But I don't know. I'd love to get into it. I'd love to. But it's the fact that. Wait, did you say that they're getting updates now? Like, it's actually. Has it picked any
Yeah.
interest?
Yeah, like
Has it? Ooh.
yeah, I think because like all of there was some sort of the community is really late and everybody
Yeah.
they just rallied everybody and then Paradox said that well okay we'll have a small team that's on
That's cool.
that so we're not abandoning it. Everybody said yeah,
Yes.
which is great.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up next update. Do a video on it if they do an
I mean,
update.
it's been a couple months since the last update.
Yeah, but when was the last time
I mean,
Vicky had an update? It's gonna take a
pretty
while,
recent,
but
right?
yeah, I know. But still, like, is it 2 months ago? We're August now.
No, I don't remember. I don't know.
Anyway,
It is a small team, like Technocrat said,
still cool though.
managing. Yeah.
Speaking of updates, Smithy, are you looking forward to the Landless DLC for
Whoa.
CK?
Dude, I am. Holy crap.
Oh, let me find it first because I can't lie. I've been very focused on Victoria.
Yeah.
Let me have a check.
Basically, you can play as nobody.
What?
It's a roaming bandit that wants
No,
that wants to get
yes.
land one day.
Yeah.
I can't lie. Is it a DLC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already pre-ordered the whole like chapter. I can't.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, that's
No, CK3 is the only one that I bought every DLC for before it joined. Before it came
for
out.
real.
Yeah. Because
you're actually in CK3 like that.
no, I like the game and then I try it and then I'm like, oh, this is cool, and then never play it again.
Right.
The only issue is I've sunk loads of money into it, without even playing it. But like, it's still a cool game. I always find it really entertaining for the couple of hours that I do play.
Like,
I usually get stuck
dude,
into the game for
I
like 2 weeks, and then it's like, oh, I'll come back to this another time, and then I do another 2 week period.
Yeah.
But I do love the game.
Well, here's the thing I always get stuck with when I play other Paradox games that's not Victoria 3. I always play it like Victoria 3. Kind of like I want to be tall, I want to play tall, and I want to like raid people's land and become big, small boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's my issue. But I love CK3 like that, and this new DLC is gonna be insane. Like I've made a few CK3 videos in the past, but like I don't know. There's so much potential for this DLC.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Hearts 4? Now that we're talking about other games.
Hearts of Iron 4 scare me. I played it. I played it a lot before, but like I enjoy the macro. Like I know I enjoy preparing for war, and then when the war like hits, I'm like, oh, I made some error. My divisions are wrongly designed, or I don't have like something is wrong, and then I lose the actual. But I enjoyed like if I can eke out a couple of more civilian factories, if I build that there and maximize all of the modifiers, I'm the spreadsheet guy.
So, yeah. Well, no, I love Hearts 4. Like the issue that I have with all Paradox games is that if I switch, I will not see Vicky for like a couple weeks, and they'll be like, oh, now I have no video. So I have restricted myself to only Vicky Paradox games for like last couple of months. Yeah, I can't do it.
Really?
I get too engrossed.
That's crazy.
it becomes a problem. And then it's like, where's the video? Oh, whoops. I've been playing like whatever other game.
That's some dedication, man. That's dedication. You better subscribe to Smithy, guys. He's dedicated.
No, but that's the thing. I don't even play Vicky without recording it. So I have no games right now that I'm playing for fun. Everything is just
really?
He's recording. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
gotta get to
crazy.
work. Gotta get working, boys.
You're hard at work or hard to work, and that's how you can describe me.
Hardly working. I'm hardly working.
That's some dedication, dude. That's that.
No, I want to get to the point where like the audience is willing to go to whichever game, like Paradox game, that I would like.
Right.
Because like if I usually go through phases. I'm always playing some Paradox game, but I'll go through a phase and then I'll switch because there's enough Paradox games to play like for a couple of weeks and then get bored of it. But I wish that I had the audience that I could carry over and just go, oh look, now we're playing CK3. Now we're playing EU4 or EU5 by the time I get to that point. But I assume you guys are looking forward to EU5, seeing as you're EU4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also a bit afraid, but I am looking forward.
Are you gonna buy that launch again?
No.
I will.
I've learned my lesson.
I will.
I'm almost 30. I can't do it any those mistakes anymore.
Yes, you can. Look, no one's gonna.
Come on, this EU5 is different, okay?
It's this time though.
Just like the way every other one was different.
Yeah. City Skylines 3, all of
City Skylines was such a bummer. I was actually looking forward to that because I played City Skylines, well, obviously the first one for a while when I was younger, and then I was like, oh look, they're making a second one and it's got good graphics and everything looks cool and you don't have to pay for DLCs for certain features, and then I was like, oh, why?
I've never played number 2.
Yeah, neither. I haven't even bought it.
Yeah, I just know that there's like some crazy stuff going on there.
That was the game. I waited like a week to buy it and then heard the reviews and was like, nope, not doing that anymore. That's all it takes. It's like a week.
Have you guys played Stellaris?
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
Dude, that's fun. The thing is about Stellaris is it's very fast paced, I feel. Probably because I'm on speed 5 the entire time, but
I have like probably controversial opinion about Stellaris. I don't like it. I do not. The game. No. Trust me. I thought it would get good, so I bought more DLCs and I bought loads of them. And
what?
I was like, let's sink some money. So I did. It was a deal. Look, they had deals on. It was fine. I didn't sink that much money. Only like £100. So I sunk some money into it, and then I played. I played some for a decent chunk of time. I got 50 hours in the game, but I was like, I tried replaying it because I thought, oh, maybe I just don't get it, and it's just the exact same thing over and over again, constantly. And it's the same. It's the same pop-ups. I feel like it relies on the story, and I like. You're
not a story gamer.
No, I am. If the story's fed to me, but this one you have to kind of make yourself. Like I know that's how all Paradox games work, but the other ones sort of you got some technical stuff that you can work with. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. You guys tell me your opinions.
So I played Stellaris like I don't know. 10 hours or something like that. It's too micro heavy for me. I don't like all of the like the early game or no the late game becomes
I don't like any of the
slog,
game,
right? Yeah, but what I do like, since if you guys haven't guessed, I'm big into theory crafting or just designing an empire before I play, or designing an empire and not playing. That's I really like the empire design and just having some sort of like this is the gimmick or this is what I'm aiming to do. So like I
make videos on that. Do it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Honestly.
People would love that. Like trust me. There's a lot of people out there.
I mean, there are already videos of people just doing some sort of like this is the theme of the playthrough, and then they do the gimmick. So it's not, but that's what Stellaris lends itself very well to, like, oh well, I'm gonna play this, this empire that lost its planet, and they
Yeah.
are going to build like it, and then we have all of these modifiers that reflect that, and they are intelligent because they are related to AI or something like they have some. You can build a theme very easily around like a narrative around the empire, but the actual gameplay I don't enjoy. So
Yeah.
I more so enjoy the idea of, I would like to play
Oh,
an
no,
empire who is all about ring worlds or something like that.
No, I love the idea, but it wasn't executed well. In my opinion, it wasn't executed the way I would have wanted it to. Like, it also doesn't have like the graphics that I'd put with it, because you're thinking, oh, it's space, this is going to look so cool. And then when you get into it, there was something missing, and I can't put my finger on it, but it always felt like, oh, we got a planet and we're fighting, but I had no control over the fighting. Just numbers. I don't know.
Well, that's like any Paradox game, though.
Yeah.
No, but well, no. Apart from Hearts of Iron 4, that was one of the reasons I loved it. Like, you actually had some decent control over everything you did.
That's true.
Like, and that's the thing in Victoria 3 and CK3. Combat isn't too much of an issue because there's other aspects of the game that I'm interested in. But with Stellaris, it was just like, oh, I just felt like I was sitting there for hours doing nothing. There was no map. I think that was my main issue. There's no map.
Right. We're map enjoyers. We can't live without the.
Can't live without the map.
The just looking at Europe for 8 hours straight.
I know. Oh, look, I got one extra state. That's so cool. Well, look, there's number went up. Like, yes, please. Just what I need. Yeah.
That's why that's what I enjoy about EU4 is that you have 55 million map modes. So you can have there's a trade map mode, and there's a goods produced map mode, and a religious map mode, and I enjoy scrolling through those just instead of just staring at the political map all game.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Vicky 3 needs some more map modes.
Well, to be fair, EU4's map modes are ugly.
Yes, but
they're so ugly.
But they are.
I mean, I love them, but they're like ugly. Without mods, oh, they're so ugly.
Yeah, but it's at least something that differs from.
But the game's ancient, so you kind of have to take that into account.
But by the way, did you know that Victoria 3 has a resource map mode? You can actually look where in the world some resources are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had to go digging for it a while back, but I found it.
Yeah. It's one of the things that like the game never tells you this is a feature. Like there's no way for you to discover this button unless you like you fumble away, like you actually like you hit it at random or something.
True.
Yeah. Well, here's a hot take. Other than the infuriating like UI design. I mean, it's not bad, but just like some things could be better, like you said. I think Victoria 3 is actually the easiest Paradox game.
To pick up or to play?
To play. I honestly, like, even though I suck at the game, I honestly believe it's the easiest, like, not to be like hardcore, like super good, but I think it's the easiest to play. It's because all you like, it's really simple once you get the hang of things. Like, I don't know, it's really simple.
I guess it kind of plays itself. It's hard to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's hard to do very like if all of the laws stay the same and you at least if you construct some buildings, then the game kind of you don't lose.
No,
exactly. Like you could go away and you'll be fine if you come back like an hour later.
I do think it misses something of that though, because CK3 you just die and you lose you could lose everything. Like you could lose half your land to inheritance, or you could I don't know, have only one heir and then the heir dies early or something. something like that could happen, and Hearts of Iron 4, you could just die. Like something you missed could cause the entire country to fall apart. Like you get naval invaded and you don't see it, and you're gone. Because you can act like the peace still happens afterwards, so there's actual risk to dying. And what's the other one that I'm missing? E4. I don't know enough about the game, but there's got to be loads of ways of like losing, right? So it's, I don't know, Vicky 3. You need to actually have something to lose.
What? There are mods that do this, like the Cold War mod, and where they expand severely the complexity of the economy. But like there should be a way to, like, there should be recessions, should be economic crisis.
Yeah.
Something that's completely out of your control. Even like I don't care.
Yeah, the capitalists borrowed too much money investing in logging camps, and so now there should be some. You should be able to like control it, you mitigate it. You should be able to plan around it, and have a plan for stuff like that. But like there should be some sort of like looming. Like I need to have this in the back of my mind if this.
I feel like there's just too much, like the player is too passive in the game, because that's just how the game design is. And one thing that I think they should like add or change or something, which I don't know why they didn't do this, but they should add like individual tax sliders for like certain pops, you know, for certain pop types, or even like certain like industry types. For example, like if you're playing laissez-faire and you're not building anything, like let's say I want to encourage capitalists to invest in textile mills, for example. So I'll tax them 0%, while I'll tax everybody else like 50% or something like that. Like I just feel like they need more player, like things for the player to do.
Customization? Question mark?
I guess customization, but just like more minute like things that the player can do to influence their economy. Because right now, all you can do for taxes is I'm gonna tax everybody. Like if you're on proportional tax.
Yeah, but you can change a law.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I know that the laws are, you know, kind of there to replace that, but I feel like
I think that the law should be replaced by that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, but not replaced by that, but like more influenced by it. Like the player should just have more influence on what they do with the economy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, for example, like if you're really going heavily on, you know, like iron exports or something, subsidize, you know, the iron mines, and that should, you know, not tax them or something like that. I don't know. It's just so many things, like so many things that the players should be able to do, they're not able to do, like in a real world economy.
That's the thing. It doesn't necessarily matter to loads of players that are just playing casually, but for us trying to make each video slightly different in some way or something cool to happen, it does feel like come on.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm not sure the reasoning why they got rid of tax sliders from Victoria 2. I mean, Technocrat, if you know, I would love to hear, but I just feel like that's it's not a good. I don't know. It's
because Paradox moved away. I don't know, but I know the Paradox moved away from sliders. You know,
completely. Yeah.
Yeah. That there were some person in Paradox that said we don't like sliders anymore. I can't remember the reasoning now, but I know that I've heard someone say that, well, sliders is not really how we're working these days. I don't know why, but
because it just feels weird to be medium, very high, you know, low, very low.
You have no like way to actually like you know, like you're the president, you're the king, for example. Like you should be able to set those.
Yeah, you should be able to tax peasants 100% and no one else anything. I know there's laws, but like, why can't I specifically tax a certain group or tax a certain industry?
Yeah, and here's my thought: if they add that, I think the game would get so much harder. Just the fact that like if
you have to know what to do,
Yeah, if you're dumb and you tax everyone 100%, well, you're gonna die. You know what I mean?
The only comparison I really have to that is, you know, City Skylines. Have you ever played it?
Yeah.
The taxing of the different house groups and the different like, so you got like, you know, your commercial, your residential, and then you got your high density commercial residential and etc.
Right.
A bit like that. Is that what you're saying? So like by
that,
group.
yeah. But for like for different pubs, for different textile, like when you tax the companies, for example, like
tax the
corporation tax,
slaves.
tax the slaves. Yeah, but like you should have corporation taxes where you tax like, I want to tax the textile mills, and then if you're like, oh, I want to be capitalist though, like I'm gonna not tax the corporations, and that will give the capitalists an incentive to invest in them. You know what I mean?
What about tariffs?
Instead of just, well, yeah, tariffs the same thing. Like you can set the tariff level. I mean, I know that's set on the laws and stuff, but
Yeah.
I feel like the laws should just be like that should set the max you can tax up to. You know what I mean?
So free trade would remove your feature of being able to trade it.
Exactly.
But
exactly. And then, like let's say protectionism allows you to go up to like 15% tariffs. For example, something
30%,
like that.
I think.
Basically, how they did it in Vicky too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You couldn't decide the laws then because the government was chosen for you.
Yeah, exactly. Which is cool. That's honestly kind of cool.
No,
That's why you gotta play with like the pops, Like,
I do think some laws work, but then there's other laws, like you say, that feel like, why can't there be a little bit more control within this? And like, I swear in America, right, like modern day America, you have different laws per state. Why can't I know there's decrees, but it's not the same.
Yeah, decrees aren't really laws.
No. They're more emphasis on a certain thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of like the legacy slavery type of thing, where you can't choose which states have slavery, for example.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know. But anything else you guys have got?
What I was like, there were some mechanics that surprised me. I that's what I was looking for earlier. That I learned because like I know the pops are like I know that pops are the main mechanic in the game. It's like, okay, I need to take care of my pops, and the pops is the most important unit in this game. Right. So for example, one of the mistakes, or one of the things that I thought was a thing, was that obviously if I tax opium and alcohol and stuff like that, my pops will be healthier. It's a syntax, like you should be able to tobacco and stuff, like the population, obviously, like health will go up or something. While in actuality, you want people to be as addicted to opium as humanly possible, because that's the most profitable good you can produce.
Yes.
So then, like we talked about earlier, how like the game feels disconnected from the people that are supposed to be living in it, right? Mm-hmm. That's just one more thing that adds to that pile of this just feels weird that the state promotes opium, because this has no effect. This has no adverse effect on my country. Like my everybody just is better off with opium in it.
Yeah, that's actually
counterintuitive.
true. But I think it could be the same for all goods. Like, I know opium's a bit different, but all goods should have a more of an effect on the population.
Yeah,
like,
I think so too.
Also, like, I know it's completely different. I don't know what. I feel like I don't know anything. But what about like? No, I don't know. I've lost what I'm saying. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, there's some feature that you wanted.
Yeah, but I can't remember now. Don't worry. Move on.
But more like I'm totally in your camp, that more customizability, like, and more direct control is it's good. Because I know, like you said, Chumm, I know the vibe they're going for is that, you're this country is kind of, you're just a cog in it. Like you can't control every aspect. Like there are politics, and there are like population, the capitalists that do their own thing, and like generals that decides where the front goes, not you, right? They're going for this whole like you're not directly involved in anything, but like I feel like there are. I mean, in real life, there are more policies that you can enact and that will have effects. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, a way they can work around that is like, for example, like setting the tax laws. For example, like sure, for example, like sure, that's too like let's just say that's too controlling. That's too much control. What they could do is make it the same thing as like the laws. Like how you need a certain percentage of support to actually pass the laws. Why don't you do like you need a certain percentage of support to set the taxes at this level, for example. And that would really, I think, enhance the politics as well, because I feel like the politics are also lacking a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all based off clout, isn't it?
Yeah, I just feel like there's so much that they could do with the systems they have already that they're just not doing.
Just literally just an extra like custom. Custom. What am I saying? I can't remember the word. Customizable or whatever. Yeah. It's got to just have something a little bit extra to make it more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I sorry, Sean, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, because I like the thing is also like it's what's like it's like Chumm says that these systems are already in place in Victoria, it's just not utilized. Like if you hover over the tax in the menus, you can see that there's a land tax. Yeah, exactly. There's a land tax and there's an income tax and there's whatever. Like, but you have no like you either raise them all or you lower them all. There's no the system is there.
Like you can't have a high land tax but a low income tax, for example.
They just blocked us from like they implemented a feature and then like, oh no, this is too much. Like
they added it into the code but didn't add the UI kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of crazy. That's crazy to me if you think about it.
But I think like if you look deeply into the game, I think you can see these indicators like everywhere. Like for example, the whole population, like the political system, is much more advanced than it like what you can make out of.
In what way? Right. Sorry, I didn't know about this.
Like for example, there are like there are interest groups, right? Like the intelligentsia and stuff.
Yeah.
They have voters. These these voters most of the time comes from certain professions, like academics, for example, generally tend to be intelligentsia, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is more complex than you like, because it's not all of the academics are not intelligentsia.
No,
So 80 like it depends on it depends on literacy. It depends on what country you're playing. It depends on this figure, like what they're actually voting on. It changes throughout the game, depending on what wage they have or stuff like that. So like 80% maybe is the intelligentsia in the beginning, but maybe 60% is intelligentsia later on in the game. And this has large, because depending on what group you employ, like certain groups will get more powerful, right? So so this is much more complex than they could just as easily just made it so that all of the academics are intelligentsia just to save like time. Complexity, right? Or time, or just make it more abstract, like, because this in reality this is just you realize that this works this way only if you look, right?
Right.
They've tried to make it realistic, but then they've ripped that away from you and just given you like bare bone system, and it doesn't make sense. Why did they not just make it more complex?
Probably because like my guess is that the devs started out making this whole intricate system that is like they like this is going to have this dynamic and this is going, and then some higher up just said later on, no, it's too hard. Well, like we need to abstract this, make this simpler.
No, probably right.
Yeah,
it was probably some higher up. Because really, the devs are fans of the game and they will know like what people want and what they'd want, and I reckon, like you say, it's probably a higher up or some company decision that no one has like any control over.
That's good.
They're trying. You can see it in lots of their games. They're trying to make it more simple. So, and Vicky's just the newest. Well, not the. Is it the newest?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no, City Skylines is
Yeah.
newer, right? But
Yeah, but
of
like
the actual one they
Grand Theft Auto,
We
developed,
don't talk. Yeah, we don't talk about that.
yeah, that it is the newest one and the one that kind of removes a lot more customizable things. I reckon Hoi 5, like if that ends up being very simple, then it just won't have any players because it's one of those. And EU4, same thing.
yeah, you really want to get into the weeds of it, right?
Yeah.
And it frustrates me because I tried like modding Victoria 3 a lot, and like it's all there in the code. Like you just need a button to, and
Right.
then,
Yeah.
like for example, like the clothing that the pops wear in the little screen.
Oh yeah.
They have a whole system for that. Like
Do they?
they wear different
What,
clothes.
really?
Yeah, they wear different clothes depending on if they are rich or poor, or if
Oh,
they
yeah,
belong
yeah,
to this
yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
Like it's this
That's
whole
crazy, dude.
depending on what culture they belong to.
Culture,
So,
damn.
yeah, so you
Dude,
could
that's
you
crazy,
could
bro.
have a system where you could have a character creator. You could have like, oh well, I'm just
What
I'm
the
gonna
heck?
I'm gonna subsidize silk. So everybody is wearing silk in my country now. So you have all of these Swedish people just dressed as, I don't know, East
That's
Asians or something. Like you
crazy.
could all of the. It's just a button click. Like it's just a UI away. But like I'm
Yeah,
guessing
it's just
to
not
say,
there.
yeah, it's not there. But the code is there for it to be.
It
Like,
could have been
somebody could
placed
easily
in.
mod it in.
Yeah, it could have been placed in the UI
You know
ages
what?
ago, and
Yeah. Oh,
it would have
what?
worked. As in, I mean, like they
Alright.
could have had it already implemented, and then they just got rid
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. Oh yeah, you know what's crazy? Like all these things, they work so hard on that, and like the simple thing, like for example, taxes. I'm not a game like I don't make games. I do know how to code, but I'm not like a super game developer. But I don't think it's that difficult to just add like maybe if you don't want to do sliders, sure. But like it's all
Make
you have
it a
to do
little
is
bit
add
more
it. You have the
complex.
numbers there. Yeah, you have the systems there. All you need something to do is just make that customizable. Like
You could even
and
just
it's
have
a
it as
game of
like a toggle in the like a more complex
yeah,
UI.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. And the thing is, like, it's an economic game, and you're telling me that you can't tax your people how you want to do that, but instead, you have this whole system of the way they wear clothes. Like, what do you mean? What is more important? Like, I don't know. It just frustrates me. Like, that's cool that they have different clothes, but I don't want that as opposed to being able to customize how I run my country, how I run
True.
the economy.
Or
it's getting all riled up about it.
have you? We're getting very very angry. Like, are we marching with
Well,
pitchforks on
no,
Paradox's
because
office?
okay, honestly,
We're moving
dude,
to
this
Sweden and we're
this
arguing.
Yeah.
I'm literally, I think I'm gonna make a video about this because
Well,
like,
here you go.
just
Here
talking
is the
about this,
video.
it's so simple. Like even I could code that in. Just
Clip
add a
it and put it into
slider. Like,
shorts.
dude, I could do that.
I mean,
could like
yeah. I mean, I don't. I might be a bit arrogant here, but like, since the numbers are already there, couldn't you just copy the existing tax like thing and
Yeah,
make
exactly.
it three of them, and then you have land
Yeah.
tax, income tax, and
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
you're
That-
right. Yeah.
they're on the same.
Exactly. Like I don't see how hard it would be. They could literally do it to like I don't know what the game if it would affect game. Well, it wouldn't because that's the point of the taxes. Like that's the whole point. Like
It's
I don't know.
yeah.
Too much
You like you said, it's
choices.
like
People
two
will
extra
decide.
AI like UI things.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
honestly,
and it's
like,
done.
It's crazy, dude.
They could add it
It's so-
literally tomorrow, and we'd be
Exactly,
happier.
yeah.
Just for that, obviously one feature. There's more,
dude.
but why not?
Yeah, I
Give us a valid
guarantee that
reason,
would change
Paradox.
the game. That would literally
Yeah, we're
change the
calling
game
you out,
forever.
Paradox.
Yeah, we should do more of
I'm
these
making a
when
video.
as things.
I'm making a video.
This is the
Yeah, I'm making a
video.
video on this.
Do you?
No, I'm
do you-
making a dedicated video on that.
Damn.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Do you think that we collectively could get a Victoria 3 dev on this podcast?
We could.
Oh, yeah,
We
no,
could.
yeah,
We could. We definitely could.
I mean, Smithy, we have the connections. We know some
do.
people.
Now, I think what we do is like just going on the side. You can cut this
And then
out.
we just
But
blame
what we
them.
do is we get like other people on this podcast, like meet us three as the hosts, and we just like rant and we see what other people's opinions are on the game, because this has been very fascinating to me to hear like all these small little improvements that you guys think about, and I know it's a problem, but I haven't thought about how to fix it, and I wonder whether Paradox would ever listen to anything like this and go, oh wait a minute, these guys don't like it, and these guys are the people that we give, like, that make the content and stuff. But who knows?
Or for example, talking about hidden complexity, have you seen the wiki page that just tells you what the different pop needs depending on their wage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that.
I was staring at that a
Started
while ago, actually.
Yeah.
Say, what were you going to say, Chumm?
Oh, nothing. Just go ahead.
That's also one of the things that's just, this is not you cannot know this. Like the game doesn't tell you at all that it tells you can hover over. Now that was a change too. Like this, that was a menu that was hidden from the player. That was one of the first I don't know what my people are paying for. Please, Paradox, could you make it so
ridiculous.
that that was amazing. But yeah. So, but that's the only information that you get. You get okay, so this population is paying a lot for clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're paying for clothes. I don't know why, that is expensive, or I don't know if that is going to stay expensive, in the future or whatever. I just know that this pop in this minute is paying more or less for these types of goods. But you have for example, grain. For a new player, grain looks like the most important good in the game to produce, because everybody needs grain. If they don't get grain, they're going to get really cranky. So you are quite tempted to start building grain farms
constantly.
Yeah, which on the first hand is a waste of resources and time. Because this will not improve your economy that much. This will not empower any industrialists or help you, and it will make aristocrats stronger, which will make the landowner stronger, which make it harder to pass any laws.
Yeah.
So this kind you kind of shooting yourself in the foot, and then late game comes around, and everybody wants groceries, and the grain price is severely depressed. It's on minus 75% permanently, and the player has no way of how. If I read the wiki, right, I know that they prefer groceries, or that they in when they get wealthier, they can exchange firewood or oil and use electricity for heating instead. I didn't even know they had a heating need, because I had to read that on the wiki.
I think it's in the game now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in the game files. That's how they data mined it. Essentially, that's how the wiki knows.
So interesting that there's just stuff that is in the game that's hidden. It's still going on in the background, but it's not in the UI, or it's in the UI and it's not well explained.
Really complex and interesting systems that this just shows the kid from the player, because I don't know, we don't want people to get overwhelmed. Somebody put a lot of effort and time and thought into these systems.
100%.
The need for intoxicants is they could just, if they don't have coffee around, they can drink tea instead, or they can drink alcohol or wine. This whole we would prefer wine, but if we don't have the wage for it, we'll drink alcohol instead. There's a whole lot of stuff going on under the hood. Systems that they don't show off at all, because there are a lot of Victoria, 90% of Victoria 3 players play the game perfectly fine without even knowing any of this, and they just play entire campaigns that they will never know.
Right.
So there's some poor chap in Victoria, in Paradox, the Victoria 3 team, who has done a great job, and then they're like, oh well, did good job, and then they slap it on
that's so sad.
a lid on it, and
they just went, oh, that was well done, you spent ages on that, and now we're gonna not show anybody.
Exactly. The game is just going to continue.
That's crazy, man.
You might have spent weeks and weeks of your hard time on this, and then it never gets shown. Imagine being that person that spent time on it, and then no one knows about it until just now.
Yeah. Damn. Or do you spend a lot of time when you're playing? Do you spend a lot of time thinking about the different bonuses that you get from the interest groups?
No.
No, not at all, dude.
That is, and according to some people, that's the most important. The The most important buffs, like for example, the trade union buff is like one of the most important ones because I think that's more workers and
the thing is,
manufacturing output or something.
Those bonuses are so hard to maintain and manage that I just can't be bothered to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't you pay like certain interest groups more money when they're in government? By the way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, because they all want some level of cash, surely.
Yeah, or like, why can't you like sleep with one of their wives or something, you know, to make them angry? You know, like why can't you do stuff that makes it easier to manage? I don't know.
Because it will just go up and down based off of random events, and then you lose something, or you have a revolution because of it. But why can't I just send you a bunch of cash every month to keep you quiet, like?
Yeah.
And stop a revolution from happening.
You can bolster and suppress, which feels like it feels like you're not moving the needle at all. You're like, okay, you spend 300 authority on what, a couple of percentage points up and down. That doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
exactly. And then the game kind of wants you to be rewarded or penalized because, like, oh well, you shouldn't have pissed off this interest group. This interest group gives you malices, but like I didn't do anything wrong. Like
You just went in one direction for one interest group, and that means, I know it's kind of how real life works as well, but it's also is difficult to balance because an economy doesn't work, or like literally none of the game would work if you went half of one thing, half of the other. You need to have some people that hate you and some people that like you for the game to function.
Right.
But why can't
a new player,
change that?
Yeah. Sorry, Smithy.
No, that's all I had.
And for a new player, I would imagine this is even more confusing. Yeah, because like obviously, like when there's a revolution looming, like that is a scary sound. It's a ticking clock. That is like my nation is going to explode if I don't make.
True.
So new players, I would imagine, are like, oh no. I think I was that. Like Civil War.
I'm still like that.
Yeah,
really?
Civil War is like that's the end of my nation as I know it. And then you realize, no, Civil Wars they're annoying at best, and then you can come out the other end actually better. So sometimes you cause Civil Wars because you want change faster, and then
I don't like having the entire feature of being able to call a civil war just to change something. Like I know that it's part of the game and that you might as well just do it, but I feel like it's very gamey and not very interesting.
Extremely gamey. Like a civil war should be something you avoid at all costs, but like
it should really ruin you for ages. But instead, you can just like call in the British and go, like, even as like a tiny little nation, you just got 100 like good relations, and then you go, hey Britain, come here, help me out, and then they do, and then you win.
Yeah, and after
that was literally my Malta video.
Yeah, and after you win, the interest groups that you hate are no longer in power for like 10 years or something. So you can pass all the laws that you want. Like it's ridiculous. And the player has no other than stop enacting or start enacting any law. They don't have really that much influence over radicalism. Like I can lower taxes and that would decrease the radicalism, right? But like they don't have any good way of like, how do I stop this revolution from happening? I can't clamp down on it because like it's all driven by random events. And secession movements we shouldn't even talk about because you have no, like there's no what do I do?
There's nothing there.
Succeed, and the game kind of like just clicks. Like there's a ticking clock. Like, oh, you're gonna have a secession movement. There's a warning in the top screen. Like, warning. The secession movements. Like,
so
game,
but I can't do anything. What
do you want me to do? What button do I press? Like, how do I fix it? Can I dedicate resources to stop it? No. Can I? Can I pay them off? Can I send the military? Can I do something that hurts me in the short run, but will stop the secession movement? No.
Imagine if you could like mobilize your military, put them in a state, and then that would reduce like turmoil and stuff. Like, or you wouldn't even have to do it, or like have some, huh?
That's the decree, though. That's more so like.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like the way
Decree
decrees
is also
work.
toothless. It's like you put it on and then that's it. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no,
sometimes I forget to do decrees. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes
no, I do
forget,
the
'cause
exact
it's just so,
same.
like, because you do it once a game and then you never do it again.
Yeah,
So I sometimes forget.
you do it at the start of the game. You put infrastructure and manufactory throughput on your capital, and then you never touch it again.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, and then
So,
like you get
so
extra.
literally I forget.
Greener grass, maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
greener grass is quite nice. I like that one.
And then in the late game, you don't have any authority anyway because you're
Yeah.
parliamentary republic and have
Yep.
no authority. So you just,
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
Chumm's never got to the late game though, so he hasn't experienced it.
Dude,
It's actually
dude,
true.
Hey, yesterday,
What's the furthest you've got?
Yesterday, I got my first time I ever got to automobiles.
What?
Yeah.
congratulations.
Well done.
Yes, and I was playing as the British too, so it was still pretty early middle game.
What year?
I don't remember, like 1870 or something like that.
Well, that can't be the furthest you've gone. Surely you've at least seen a 19 at the top.
Yeah, I've gone to 1900s, but that was like the furthest in the tech tree I've gone.
It's
It's
crazy.
just because like it just gets so like these issues that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It just gets
Mid game would be way more interesting if you had these little sliders, or not even sliders, just a little bit of extra customization.
Yeah.
Like they can not use sliders, but give me an extra couple of ways of taxing people with the high and low.
Exactly.
Oh, you cut out.
Let me tax like the capitalists a lot, and without like.
And then that should piss them off.
I know that's a law and stuff, but like
that should annoy them.
yeah, exactly.
But instead it annoys everyone.
This stuff.
I think it's just the fact that
the military.
Yeah, if you do something, it has to happen to everyone. But why?
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to like, for example, like if I'm role playing, like what if I don't want to tax the low people, or I don't want to tax the laborers, for example, but I do want to tax like I don't know another lower strata pop or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many things they could do that I don't know why they don't do.
Oh, I can't remember what it is now, but there's always one bit of data that I go looking for and can never find. And they added the whole census thing. You know what it is? It's extra graphs. Because I complained about it on my last video. I was trying to show. I know people don't necessarily need this when they're just playing alone, but when I'm trying to record a video and showing you change, like just an extra graph for like each state, because I'm like trying to show you, oh look, this has gone up, like population has gone up to like 5 million and it was on 1 million. But I have to tell you that I can't show you a graph nicely that goes, oh look. I don't know, it's just one of the nitpicky things. It's not that important. It's not game.
I think the reason they don't do that is because it must be a lot of like memory and storage.
True.
They have to like store all that information.
That's fair.
Because imagine how many states.
But let me turn it on then.
I mean, yeah, maybe it could be a toggleable.
Like, that's the thing. I feel like in the settings, like, why can't you change a little bit more about how your game does it? Because I know they're trying to make it work for everyone. But if I want an extra 55,000 graphs, give me the 55,000 graphs.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just begging for some nice graphs for my YouTube videos. But
yeah, we like graphs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Victoria 3 is a graph game at heart, so come on now.
Graph game.
But like the thing about the taxes is interesting too, because like they implemented a system where like wealth corresponds to political clout. So like I have this friend of mine that like he puts his taxes on very high, like all the time on when he has landowners in power. Because that will
reduce their clout.
They would reduce their wealth. So that would mean he can pass laws a bit easier.
I mean, the aristocrats, aren't they high upper strata though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wouldn't taxes not really do much on them?
It depends on the tax laws, doesn't it?
Yeah, depending on the tax law, yeah.
Oh, that's true, I guess. That's true.
But that's true. I don't know, but then I guess the other argument that I'm just going to throw out is, what if you did have extra strength, like, no, extra customize, bro, I can't say this word. Anyway, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For each pop, like group, and then this just made it really easy to switch. So like you said, taxing high for certain groups, but then that would just make it much easier to put people into government, and then you change the laws much faster. Then the game would be very boring at the end because you've already done things by in the first 10 years.
Right. That's why I think like changing the tax laws should be like harder. It should be based on politics, you know, like for example, the aristocrats won't want you to raise their taxes, so they will vote against that land tax law or something, you know what I mean?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Now
Like,
I just
you
thought
have to
about it.
play
Yeah,
with
what if
it.
you have to, like, when you put up the taxes, it gets pushed like a law, but it's separate,
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
a policy,
that's
a whole
the point.
policy
That's the point.
system. Yeah,
Like
Bro, that
it's
could
not
be
even that hard to
huge.
implement. I imagine you just add the clout system to the tax system. Like just make it a separate, you know, thing, and like, oh, I
Policies
have
instead
no
of
support. You
laws.
know, yeah, it's like, oh, my landowners are in government, and I have no support to raise land taxes, for example. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's that would be so much more dynamic and so much cooler.
Yeah, because like that's one of the things that are quite in immersive. Like I enjoy changing the taxes freely, of course, but like
Yeah.
it feels a bit weird that I can like on the day just like, oh, I just raised all of your taxes, and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
tomorrow the money flows in, right? Like
Exactly.
it feels very like gamey that
Yeah.
it shouldn't be
true.
that quick and it shouldn't be that easy.
But
Yeah.
on the other hand, it should be easier to raise taxes during war because people understand these sort of things.
Right,
But then
yeah.
when it's time of peace and people are like trying to get on, then they shouldn't want taxes higher because obviously that's gonna mean they can't spend as much money.
Right.
Uh,
Exactly.
like all these things that could be implemented, and I reckon should be implemented, just to make the game feel a little bit more enjoyable, and it wouldn't make it that much more complex. Just have policies instead of laws. I don't know how else to explain it apart from just using those words, because it's just something a little bit less.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm
Actually,
definitely making a video.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. I don't think I'm gonna make a mod, but I'm gonna look into how hard is it to actually like
Oh, yes.
change.
Yes, please.
Because I don't have that much experience with UI modding in Victoria.
Yeah.
I can like create new countries and fill them with population and like the laws of
Right.
and make custom laws and stuff like that. And
Right.
but like making entire UI elements, I have no. I know people have done it, but I have no
Yeah.
experience in it. But I'm
Right.
gonna try how easy it is to
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Victoria 3 modding? Do you think it needs to be?
Dude,
like-
this game could be the best game for modding, honestly.
Actually,
Yeah.
That's
could
what I
be.
think. I just feel like there's no support for modding because I've tried modding too before, and there's like, I mean, I'm not saying there's no support. It's getting better. I think it's just the interest in the game that is kind of lacking.
Yeah, right. Like it's really hard to find any like they have obviously gone out of their way to make the files kind of easily moddable. Like you change a couple of lines and that's the change that you want. It's not hard at all to mod this game. It's just that you have to figure everything out by yourself, but because there's no like resources available really that like this is how you change this or this is where you find this particular modifier or whatever. So you kind of have to learn by trying or learn you copy an already existing law and you don't understand why it works, but you change this line and then so there's not a lot of I would want that Paradox or the community somebody took some more responsibility in like this is how you mod clothes, for example, something I've been trying for months. I don't know how you I know there's a system for it. I can see the intent.
You can see it.
Yeah, but I don't know how do I want my Swedish population to have hi-hats. How do I like I don't know how to make the actual changes. I can see that they made an effort to make it moddable, but I don't know how to do it.
Right.
So I would like more resources, more instruction guides, videos, something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, no, I think Paradox should really like double down on the modding for Victoria 3 because there could be some crazy mods out there that really bring life to this game.
I feel like just some...
I don't know, but
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get bored of the 1836 period, or I just
Right,
get bored of
yeah.
the systems, and like sometimes I want to play a modern era,
Right,
like
right,
that
right.
could be
Yeah.
crazy, or
A
like
mod.
I don't know. There could be
This is the
so many
perfect
mods.
game for modern, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
no other game could do modern better than Victoria 3. So it's like, we need a good one. We need a good, thought out mod just on modern day, because the economy, come on now. Like, we can make that work for
yeah,
modern
yeah.
day. Laws,
Honestly,
obviously, there's going to have to be some changes because modern day laws are different. But
yeah.
military, like, I know the military system's not great, but it could still kind of work.
Yeah.
What other aspects can you guys think about that would work in a modern day mod?
Dude, everything about this game just screams to me modern day mod.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and the Cold War mod is like almost there.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
have the necessary, like the Cold War mod adds a bunch of like their own factories, their own goods.
yeah,
Like it's the system is quite open for modding. You can add your own pop needs, you can add your own goods. They're
yeah,
different price points,
Cool.
all that jazz. So like it's very easy to like, if it just requires a lot of time.
yeah.
Surely, this is what I'm wondering. There's got to be someone that's started it or even thought about the idea that has the skill set and has the time for it, or at least has the interest for it, because it's the most obvious mod to make, right?
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
there are a couple of modern day
Yeah,
Are there?
border mods floating around. Obviously,
yeah,
with
Oh, modern day
with
borders, right? Okay.
yeah, because like making this whole, like making the entire map, just the having all of the
yeah. That's a lot of work.
population and laws and stuff like match up. That's the big commitment. Like
Yeah,
every
that's a lot of
state
work.
needs to be changed individually, and that's
Yeah,
And not to mention, like, you have to add new buildings, new laws, and everything.
got to add the
Yeah.
internet.
There's that's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
But
But like the Cold War mod goes crazy. Like they have like inflation and
Dude,
monetary
yeah.
policy and all that. Like
Yeah.
it's really nice.
No, the Cold War mod is. It's a shame that it's not updated. That's
Yeah.
such a shame.
yeah, imagine how crazy that would be though. Modern day mod, all the modern. I know I just
Yeah.
said, but all the things that you could do is actually
Yeah.
crazy.
Listen, if anybody's listening right now and they're a modder, Chumm will pay you
Whoa.
in love.
Oh,
in
okay.
love. In love. In love. In love.
He's not that dedicated to the idea.
Yeah. No, I don't have money for that. YouTube doesn't pay me that much.
They actually don't.
If one of you
Donate
guys
by
listening
becoming a
mod it,
member.
yeah, if one of you guys are wanted to make the mod, we three promise that we will play it and promote it.
Oh yeah, I would
True,
play that.
true. I would
Yeah.
100% play it.
I would just.
Chan would
that's how I would
switch
play
to modern
Victoria
day
3.
mod.
Yeah, I know. No more Victoria 3, just modern day.
Yeah. And the thing is, we can guarantee that this is not just us that believe this. There's got to be other Paradox YouTubers that would be willing to play it.
Oh yeah, dude. I imagine that would bring so many people to play the game.
Yeah, because Hearts of Iron 4
Just a
has one,
modern-
but it doesn't
Yeah,
work the
just a
same because it's
modern-day
not. It's not like it doesn't have the economy, and the economy is one of the things that
Right.
is so important in modern day.
Exactly.
So it's like, why not? Come on
Dude,
now.
that would bring so much traffic to Victoria 3, I think.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
some people, I'm not gonna
Oh
lie,
my
some
God.
people aren't interested in the time period of Victoria 3.
Yeah, even with power blocks though, now you can like have the EU and stuff,
Oh yeah,
like NATO and things like that.
dude, yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's so
imagine that. Like what year would you say it starts? By the way, what counts as modern day?
I mean, there could be several starts.
Fair.
You know, like the early 2000s. You know, when all that stuff happened.
True.
Yeah,
And then-
either that or like the fall
like-
of the Soviet Union.
Oh yeah, even
91
back
or
then.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can have another time, like another start where it's like modern day,
Yeah.
like today day.
Okay. Maybe like 2020. Oh, COVID.
Alright.
How'd you do that? Like, I know I'm going into like,
I mean, you could just put like a modifier on all the countries.
yeah,
It's like
Yeah,
devastate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there already are kind of a plague modifier coded in the game. You can get it
Oh yeah, that's
while
right.
you're
Oh
outdoors,
right, yeah.
so that could be a thing.
Yeah,
Totally.
and
So
then you
cool.
can have like you can choose to close your borders,
Yeah.
and then
That
that
would be
would
so-
like affect your
Yeah.
things, dude. That would be so cool. Like it could be a journal entry, like like
Shut the borders.
prevent COVID. Yeah, shut the borders, and then it requires you to enact closed borders, for example.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, have you guys heard of a game called Geopolitical Simulator?
Yeah, I love, dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
like sometimes I get a craving. I need to play that game, but it's so
Yeah, it's
shabby.
so
Like
bad, dude.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like it's so
Oh.
like low quality.
Oh my
I've
God.
definitely
But
seen this game, but I've never played
yeah,
it.
it's like it's the only game that has this kind of modern day
Yeah, dude.
feel.
Honestly,
So
I played
What's
the
it called
heck
again?
out of that game,
Sorry.
even though it's so
Geopolitical
bad.
Simulator. I think they have the most famous one is 4, but they released a 5, I think, or is it a 3
coming
and
out.
a 4?
I think 5's coming out,
Yeah, okay, right.
or 4's coming out, or something like that. I don't know. I know a new
So-
one's coming out.
Yeah,
Oh right, okay. Is it
It looks so
Masters
goofy
of
and
the
everything,
World?
but
Is that
yeah,
one of them?
It's oh, is it?
2014.
yeah.
Dude,
Obviously there's probably more, right?
crazy.
But
It's so buggy, man.
it's so buggy. Like you don't understand anything that goes on.
All right.
The characters are so ugly. Like they
Yeah.
made Donald Trump and Obama and everybody, and they have different names, and then there are video conferences and like, oh my god, it's so sharp. Like it's so garbage, but like
Yeah, but it's
I-
so good at the same
alluring.
time.
Yeah.
Because nobody else does this type of stuff. Like you could literally run your country how you want to.
Yeah, speaking of customizability, that game, holy shit! You can decide what Olympic sports you want to invest in and which you don't like.
Seriously?
I want a game. You can invest in like I want a team, like I want to compete internationally in video game like esports.
Yes,
like
dude.
it's crazy.
Yes, it's honest, and you could literally, you don't even have to rule the country. You can be like one of the other political parties that are not the president, for example.
Damn.
It's like, and you can like try to undermine them. Cause
Is it just the US, or can you play anyone in the world?
No, you can play any country, anyone in the
Good.
world.
So
it's
and like. If you want to like if you want to pass a bill, like everything needs to be passed by parliament unless you're a dictatorship. So what you need to do is that you like in the real world, right? You put the change that you want in the bill, and then you bundle that with something that is really popular, so the bill will get passed. So you're like, oh well, this is, I want higher taxes, but
You just made me crave this game. I can't lie. I'm already.
Don't get it. But it's so good.
No.
It's
Don't
so good,
don't buy it if you get what I mean. Like it's not worth. Like it.
Yeah. It's really good, but it's not worth it.
You got a lot of confusing me. Is it the third one or the second one? No, I mean not the second one. Is it the third one or the fourth one? Did you say? Because I can't find a fourth one.
Well, how I got it was called Geopolitical Simulator like 2020. I got 2023 version.
Oh,
I don't know.
right. Okay. Okay.
Or 2022 actually.
I played both.
I mean, they're not that different, I imagine.
Nah, the I think the later one has a more like they try to be more micro, like if there's a coup, for example, the troops will actually you will get actual battle map of your capital, and you have to defend like parliament buildings and stuff.
Yeah. I played that one.
Yeah,
I played that one.
yeah. Which I don't know
really
if I
like
like
that.
that. Yeah, I don't know if I like them,
really like
but yeah.
The graphics is crazy, by the way.
Yeah. No, don't like it's.
Yeah.
It looks like like a hobby project in high school. Like it's not, and they charge ludicrous amounts.
And it's £42. But obviously that's going to be higher or lower for different currencies. But
ludicrous.
And the reason why I say don't get it is because one of the bugs that I encountered, you can't play anymore, and it happens like every game. So
Really?
it's like there's so many bugs like that just don't get it. But the thing is, the game is so good that if it had no bugs, I feel like I would literally only play this game.
Oh my god, no, Chumm, no.
Like honestly, like.
It's so painfully slow. It's like playing EU4 on speed 2 or something.
But the
Like,
thing is, I love it, dude. I love like cause oh man, I don't know, man.
Chumm's into
'Cause
the
it's like,
games that end up just dying because they're bad, kind of thing.
yeah, exactly.
But no,
it,
It's actually
it
honestly
has a
great.
very small fervent community that I'm part of, but like it's not good. Don't get it. Anyone listening to this, do not get this game. It looks a lot of fun, but it's not that eventful either.
but if you know the devs want to give me the game for free, like
No, they would not.
Yeah, I mean totally. Somebody gave me a key, I'll play it, but
yeah,
but yeah, no, but it's great because that I kind of felt a craving for it because like I wanted a really economic game before Vicky
Yeah.
and stuff, and
Yeah.
they really want make you fiddle with the budget and you know.
Oh yeah, that's the craziest
Oh.
part, dude. The budget is so good. It's like that's what I wish Vicky 3 was. Like you need to be able to like pass laws like I mean Smithy, you won't understand but because you haven't played it, but like there's just so much potential.
No, I know
But
that
Vicky
there's
3 has
potential in Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky 3 has just gone the like simple abstract route and I'm not a fan of that. I mean I don't have like a say obviously,
we
but
want Vicky for nerds.
yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
think
Dude, that's
Paradox's main
like, everybody
issue
who plays Vicky
is the fact they keep
Yeah.
going away from like their
Yeah.
actual core audience and player base. Because I admire them for trying to spread out and trying to expand, but if by doing that you just push your actual current player base to the side and their wants and needs, then just forget about it and continue making loads of cash off DLCs. Like, it's not like the company's going to go downhill massively if, like, there's still new people that come in with our expectations. So, I don't know. Who knows?
But like, I think Vic, like, if Vic gets a more alive modding community, that like Vic is so easily modded. Like,
Yeah.
I have like before Paradox did it, I made Technocracy a government type in Vic.
Oh, cool.
Because it's really easy. It's just like oh well. I mean, this law gives, like, you know, traditionalism or whatever. This gives the landowners power. I just want a law that makes the intelligentsia more powerful, or the military more powerful, or I don't know. The like, you can just choose anyone who gets more powerful.
Yeah.
So my latest project is that I'm making a mod that just lets you play a kind of a stratocracy, like the military dictatorship. It's run
that'd be
by
so
the
cool.
armed. Yeah, it's run by the armed forces.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the armed forces get a bad rap when it comes to everything. Like, they never get decent clout. You never.
Yeah. I don't care about those guys.
No, because there's not much involving them really. It's
Yeah.
like you either
There's a
have
few
professional
laws,
army
but-
or you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Could you imagine, like, if you have taxes, you don't tax the military people, for example, and then they take over power? You know, like you can cause them to coup and take over power like that.
I mean, modding in Victoria 3 is so easy. Like, you know what I did? I made it so that
The modders that are spending like days and years of their time on a mod, and you're just saying it's really easy.
No. Okay, so I'm not saying it like it takes a long time because
It's
like
easy relatively.
because if you want any change, you need to you essentially need to make the same change across like 3 or 4 files. So it's not easy in the sense that it takes short amount of time. It's intuitive.
I get what you mean. Like, don't.
Yeah, so all the cred to all the Victoria 3 modders, because like,
keep doing what you're doing.
Making small changes takes a lot of time, but the framework is there. Like, I made it so that instead of capitalists owning buildings, I made it so that the officers own buildings. The officers got all of the profits from different manufacturers.
Yes,
So that they became rich. So they got a lot of clout, and that it's just okay. So my the government is handing out like a military, like generals are running the factories
Dude, that's such a good idea. Like,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
like to have like dynamic ownership like that. That's such a
Right.
good idea.
And Victoria 3 comes with that features already, because we do it all the time. Like, oh, is this building owned by, like, private ownership? Is it publicly owned? We
True.
change that all the time. So the framework is there, just changing out the lines of who actually gets ownership. So you can have a government that is just, oh well, everything is owned by the military, or everything is no,
that's
it's
so
actually
cool, actually.
it's actually priests who own my entire
Yeah.
country, just filled
Super
of
cool.
clergymen.
That's
Right.
so cool.
And that's just a couple of lines of code. So
could you imagine if, like, okay,
Just
I know
add an
Victoria
event
3,
with
I
that.
know I know the team's not gonna do this, but could you imagine if, like, in base game Victoria 3, ownership was not like production, the method, but it was like dynamic like that, and you could put anybody in charge? That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys played Manor Lords?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I'm thinking I'm gonna pick it up though.
Yeah.
It looks great.
No, the
It's
game's.
alright.
Oh no, I love it. I just love the fact that it's like very community driven. Like, I don't know whether you're on the
Yeah.
Discord, either of you, probably not.
No.
Oh, no, I'm not.
But the guy that does, like, one of the, I swear it's like one guy, right? Or it was for a
Greg.
long
I
time.
think it's Greg, right? Greg.
I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, but he, or at least someone on the team, puts out like these Discord polls asking people what like thing they'd like to see. So, I could get it up right now. Let me find it. Okay, recording's a bit scuffed, because I've just zoomed out. Let me find it.
So you're saying you want Victoria 3 to be like that?
No, but I just feel like it should be a little bit more community driven.
I think they should.
So let me find a good example, because some of these are just a bit random. So yeah, he asked what the next patch is, and people voted for like whether it's something to do with the butchers or whatever. Like, I don't really know, but let's see. Sorry, guys.
Community gives feedback. He makes changes, and
Yeah,
that keeps
but it's just like he's just asking questions. Slavic magic.
Well, I agree with you, actually. Because the one thing that I have a problem, because Paradox is probably not gonna like me after this one, but they have awful like relations with their smaller creators and their community as a whole. Because I remember when the DLC was dropping for Vicky 3, and they only cater towards the big guys, which is, it makes sense, right?
Well, yeah, it
BG
makes
and
sense business wise.
It makes sense business wise. But the actual Vicky 3 community, like the YouTubers that have been keeping the community alive, the OG, Vicky 3 YouTubers, they got scraps.
Yeah. Toby was
Compared
the
to
only
other
one that got
guys.
anything, and he recorded the videos, right?
Yeah.
So he was the only one that actually got
exactly.
like some contact.
Yeah,
Not
and
that
like,
I felt like I deserved it at the time. I had like 900 subs, but
yeah,
Chumm,
no,
for
me
example.
neither. No, not even me. I was just upset that they like Carpathian Knight. He was one of the like Victoria 3 YouTubers. They just breezed right over him, and it's like, dude, these guys have been keeping your community alive while this game has been like in the back burner, And Paradox just needs to step up and like have better relations with the community and the content creators as a whole. And I might be biased because I'm a content creator, but like I've heard nothing from you guys.
Well, yeah. No, it's fair, because like creators, I know we're not necessarily going to be the best people for giving the best advice, but arguably if we're spending time to record, edit, make, create like videos on it, and then we've got thousands of people watching these videos writing comments about things that they like I've got multiple comments. I can't show you right now or give you an exact example, but it's like I get comments like, oh, I hate it when this happens. And Paradox won't get that kind of feedback unless they actually talk to people. Because feedback from reviews, they might, I don't know whether they look at that, but feedback from reviews just don't buy this game or do buy this game. It's not actual feedback. But there you go. That's all I had to say.
Yeah. I'm making a video, guys.
This is the video.
I'm
No,
making a
no,
dedicated
yeah,
video.
make a dedicated video.
2 hours,
It's gonna
18
be
minutes, by
called-
the way.
it's gonna
That's
be-
how long I've
yeah.
been
It's gonna be
recording.
called, I'm gonna
Yeah,
call it "We're Declaring War on Paradox."
Oh,
Oh my god. No, I'd still like to have good relations with Paradox.
I never wanted the DLC key ever in my life again.
Nah, I'm going for it, bro. I'm going for it, man.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Paradox, if you're watching, I love you guys. But
No, we love the games you produce
on.
because otherwise we wouldn't play them. But there are certain
Yeah.
things that we have to be honest about.
yeah,
Obviously, you don't have to listen because you, at the end of the day, you're the ones that make the games and know what you're doing. But you know, anyway, we've got so many conversations going on here. I could even cut it into 2 videos, like if it.
No. Don't you know the meta, Smithy?
Yeah, good watch
yeah,
time.
long
True.
video.
Yeah, come on.
True.
Come on,
Some-
that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, but long is like maybe an hour and a half. We're reaching 2.5 hours, but it's fine. I don't care.
Yeah. Like that was my idea, at least. Like people, I'm guessing people fall asleep to my videos a lot because like it's just basically my voice just telling you build lumber mills for the 50th time. Like it's,
No.
Yeah,
People don't actually fall asleep to videos except me. I fall asleep to videos all the time.
I fall
I'm
asleep-
looking
I
at you,
fall asleep to
Stampy.
videos all the time.
Stampy, you've been very good. No. I haven't watched that guy in a very long time because he quit. No. Stampy, that's a good old days. Anyways,
No. I fall asleep to videos all the time. Like
Same.
Paradox videos, just people just playing any country, just deving in EU4. I just
Oh,
I wonder how much of
my-
my watch time is from just people sleeping through the video.
yeah.
Don't
but that's
stop.
well,
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's the like. That's,
well, yeah.
If people
Didn't Sp-
if people fall asleep to your videos, that's a great thing. Like they have the comfort of someone like talking and they feel comforted and fall asleep.
Yeah.
You get all of that ad revenue, like
True.
all of that view time. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing this,
Well-
like if you are listening to this and you haven't fallen asleep yet, good job. But
Yeah,
fall
well
asleep
done for getting
enough.
through 2 hours.
Well,
But,
you know the funny
especially
thing
if you're in
is,
bed.
Spiffing Brit actually made a video about this the other day.
yeah, I watched it.
Oh, I have
About people falling asleep to his videos,
Yeah,
really.
it's
and it's
it's
like the new
meta,
meta or
guys.
something. Yeah.
Oh, guys, this is my problem with like now making YouTube videos. I don't watch enough YouTube anymore. Like it,
yeah.
like I used to just like know everything that's going on. I don't even know what's going on with Mr. Beast right now.
Oh, Mr. Beast.
That's how disconnected I am. I got no idea.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Like I watch a lot of YouTube, but that's it. Basically, other content creators and
True.
Paradox games. So
Yeah.
and I fall asleep to them. So basically.
No. Fall asleep to my videos more often. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
if you're watching this, go fall asleep to our videos.
Yeah, if you're getting a bit tired, I'd recommend Chumm's channel.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch mindless videos, go watch some.
Mindless, stupid, tiring. I mean,
Listen. I'm the voice of the people, okay? Of the normal people who aren't good at the game.
And I'm what the elitist who wants to
Yes.
stare at spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Never open the game. Just
Yeah.
theory craft about how they are going to build when they actually open the game.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
And
Boys, it's crazy.
what about
Yeah.
and you, Smithy? Is that
Yeah,
you
Oh, I got no idea where I am.
you fumble around and all of a sudden you're the greatest communist power on planet Earth?
Yeah, Vietnam just like all of a sudden just becomes, the best country on the planet. And then I'm like, oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think about it too much. It just sort of happens. And
I
then,
don't know what worked, but it works.
yeah, pretty much. Apart from, like the US, I played another US game. People will see it eventually. And bro, it just bored me. I don't know. There's not much to talk about because it's just so easy. No offense to people that find USA hard, but it's just like everything sort of falls in your lap. You get population, you get research, you get resources. Everything just sort of arrives as and when you need it. which is fine, but
It's like it's the same with the US in Hoi. It's just
Yeah.
you're off to the side. Just everything just works smoothly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's realistic. It's historical.
Yeah.
It's realistic, but it's not good. Not a good video. I should have messed around a bit more, and I did right at the end.
But real talk though, like, do you ever feel like recording videos, like picking a topic, picking a country, comes in way of your own enjoyment? Like oh
Yep. Yep.
Wait,
No,
sorry,
honestly,
I must have missed what you said. What do you?
like
go ahead.
you like you're focused on making good content. So you think more of in terms of what would make a good video rather than what country would I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think more recently for me, just because I've been getting a lot more attention and people are like, oh,
Yeah, you feel
he
the
sucks
pressure.
at the game. Yeah, but I mean, I still enjoy like goofing off. I definitely still goof off, but I find myself like,
Yeah, I was gonna say you
'cause
just
I'm
played
getting
as
a broader
Malta.
audience. Yeah. I mean, I have a broader audience now, and a lot of them don't like to see me like sucking so bad. So, I mean, now I find myself like, oh, I actually have to be good now.
There
And it
are
kinda
a few
takes me-
tutorials on a certain channel that I know about that seem to pull some views
Oh yeah,
over there.
generalist. Yeah. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I guess that's what it's like. Yeah, but
But
I don't know.
don't change, man. You have your. I think you found a good niche that is very you. So
Yeah.
keep the core. That's why people keep returning to you.
Oh yeah, no.
But you
Yeah,
never know.
I mean-
People in this podcast or whatever we're calling it, this video, right? They'll see like who you actually are, a menace to society.
I thought we were being kind, Smithy.
I'm sorry. No. But in all
No, that
seriousness,
is
people,
kind.
this is a much more like, we're not putting on anything here. We're actually talking. And I think that'll be, people might not care about our opinions, but welcome if you're still 2 hours, 25 minutes into a video.
I'm sure there'll be some people.
I hope there are some heroes that like, oh, I'm gonna watch this video over a couple of days or something.
Yeah.
Like
If you're here,
in the
comment down below.
background.
If you're here, say I love cheese, just randomly. No. And if anyone questions you, just don't tell them. Okay.
If you made it.
Anyway,
Tell the world.
enjoy the
You're
next
awesome.
hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy
gonna
the next 7 hours.
Oh yeah.
Just
we got a lot to talk about, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna. I mean, I'm saying another episode.
I reckon we get somebody else in. I'm thinking Toby. He's got to have things to talk about because he makes these videos.
I mean, when do you guys want to record that? We could record that today if you guys want to.
We actually could.
I can get him here right now.
We actually could. Do you want to? No. Seriously, do you want to stop this recording and then bring him in?
Well, we gotta tie this together.
All right. That last bit can be cut.
Yeah. Editor, I don't have one, but if you're listening,
no, I actually do have someone I can send this to now, but I'm not going to pay him.
We did not have a conversation the last 30 seconds. It was just all quiet.
Forget that.
It has been great, guys.
It's been great. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see another one of these, leave a like. Channel. We definitely haven't got a plan for one like right now.
Absolutely not.
Check out all of our channels. They'll be in the description, I hope. Please, Chumm.
Yeah, in the doobie-doo.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like, subscribe, all of you.
Yeah, if you don't subscribe, then I will eat your house.
Yep.
There you go.
I promise I will post spreadsheets on all of your channels if you
just comment a couple graphs.
Yeah. No, seriously, guys, follow. Chumm makes awesome Victoria 3 content, very entertaining, very funny. Smithy makes awesome communist content.
No, I got two communist videos.
Yeah. No political associations.
No, I don't believe in communism. Look, I do more capitalist than I do communist. It's just the communist ones do better. That actually shows more about my viewers than it does does me, realistically.
Yeah, keep saying that.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Anyway, thank you for
Alright.
setting this all up, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Been great fun.
Yeah, it's been really fun.